My internet connection's restored. The countdown's right this time? Shit usually be saying like 16, 5. All right. So Facebook's good. Oh, I gotta update this Twitch description. Look like we good on Twitch. And then YouTube, we are good. 3, 2, 1, fake clap. Welcome to the Afrotaku podcast, episode 59. I'm Mr. Good Guy, aka MGG, and I'm joined here by my co-host, who will introduce now.
Hey, it's Player 5.
What's going on? It's Jugger.
What up, what up, what up? I am Gramps.
All right, let's kick it right off into story time. And it's been a minute, and we're all back from con season and / other life activities going on. So what we wanted to start off with for story time is what new content have you been watching, reading, or listening to? Who wants to kick us off?
I can start it off just because mine probably will be off of the whole world of anime and manga, because I know I've been low-key living under a rock lately, but I've been trying to read a bunch of self-help books to get my damn life together. So I know one book I just finished reading was A Compound Effect by a guy named Darren Hardy, and right now I'm reading this book called The Magic of Thinking Big, which is all about the mentality of, you know, believing that you can actually do shit in your life instead of just accepting the status quo.
And which any like good tidbits to share from either of those?
So probably from The Compound Effect, the biggest one I would say is building habits toward the things that you want in life. So just like how, you know, the very obvious thing of, okay, you want a better body, build yourself a habit of working out and eating healthy, but don't just simply do it and go super hard and then find yourself getting completely burned out and completely stop. Make it into a way that's much more realistic. And make it into such a setting that it becomes a routine. So you know how, like, you and I, for example, we used to go to the gym every single day after work. We did that enough times that it essentially became our routine. Like, it's part of our day. Yeah. You like how niggas will leave from work, hop in the car, and drive home. Part of our day was literally leaving from work, hopping in the car, and driving to the gym, putting in work, and then going home. So if you can make it literally something that is specifically part of your day where you don't even have to think about it, then you'll know that you've built that thing into a habit where it can't be shook.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's a good.
True.
Any habits that you currently building that you care to share?
So I would say, like, right now, one thing that one routine that I've created so far is every day that I wake up on a work day, I'll deal with all my hygiene shit. But I'll go downstairs, make this healthy smoothie, and then I'll listen to one of these podcasts, one of these self-help types of podcasts. But then I'll also start stretching while listening to it to get my body much more loose and ready for the day. So I'm basically feeding something positive into my mind, and I'm stretching my body out so that I can knock out the day at my best performance.
Morning calisthenics. I have heard the benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Only reason why I haven't is because as soon as I start moving, I start sweating, and it's just like, whoop.
Oh, okay. You still got the big nigga card. Okay. He letting us know he still got it. He still got it. I thought you were about to say bones start creaking and shit, because that's what's happening to me, bro. I stretched them shit started going.
Welcome. Welcome, young ones. Hey, when you sit in your chair, do you go,
hell yeah, you got to. How else you gonna start the day if you don't do that?
Right?
My whole will be fucked up for the rest of the day if I don't do that shit.
Wow.
But yeah, for me, I've been reading a lot of manga because I was doing a lot of traveling over the past few months. So that's usually my time on a plane to catch up with a bunch of chapters. But I don't even think that's what I'm going to talk about. What I'm actually going to talk about is anime. So I've been watching Classroom of the Elite, and I started on season 2. That shit, it has a twist. Like, what I would say is, like, it's hard for me to recommend the show because it starts off interesting, then it hits a wall, like, in the middle, and then it seems like it's almost like a slice of life, like, parody or commentary a little bit with some other stuff, and then like the last 2-3 episodes of the first season, like the MC just goes, "Yeah, nigga, I'm that nigga," like period. And then season 2 just gets dark. Like I'm enjoying the roller coaster ride, but I don't know if I can necessarily say everybody would. But yeah, like there was an episode in season 2 where like he's basically trying to get this one girl on his side, is what we kind of find out at the. But the way he does it is basically letting her go into like the deepest depths of depravity that's going on. And I was watching the scene of her getting bullied. I was like, yo, this shit is dark as fuck. Like they were slapping her and they were letting that slap go on for like 10-20 minutes.
Stop.
Dark, sad ass music. Bro. It was so weird because it's a school thing, right? But the whole concept of Classroom of the Elite is that these kids, it reminds me of like Baka. I think Baka no Test had a similar type of vibe. But it's like, oh, these kids go to this school, but the school is separated by classes, but there's kind of like a game the classes need to play. So the main characters in like the lowest ranking class, they all get a certain amount of points. But if you're in the lowest class, all that shit ends up getting fucked up, and they take tests and stuff to raise their points. It seems like that's going to be a big focus of the show in the beginning, but to me, it's really minor. They kind of just use it to like as big character arcs. They'll be like, oh, here's this game they're going to play, and then they spend like 10 episodes playing that game, and the main character does some dope ass finesse. Either way, I'm enjoying the show, but like I said, hard for me to rank it because it has like them slice of life things. It has some good funny moments. Like I love the beach episode. I don't know if you guys watched it, but that beach episode where them niggas had a whole like strategy plot to try and get these panty pictures. I was dying laughing, bro, because they were like, "Yo, this nigga acting weird. These niggas live right next to the beach. Why couldn't they just meet us there?" It was so many funny moments. But yeah, either way, I rock with it. Sorry for taking too long, but yeah, Classroom of the Elite.
I was just gonna say I've also been watching Classroom of the Elite. I can agree with you. It's pretty good. Actually, a student of mine put me onto it. But I agree. It's more like a more adult version of Baka and Test. Like if you watch Baka no Test and you like it, like you'll like this for sure. It's like a more serious version of that.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I'm pretty much in the same boat. Just to add my tidbit, the only thing I'll say that based on how season 2 is going, it seems like season 1 was more of a prologue. Like it was more important as far as like looking like all the setup and how
set everything up.
Matter as far as like the character chemistry with everyone, the setups, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So like starting with season 2, as you said, it's like a lot more intense, and you were starting to feel that vibes at like the end of season 1 when you found out what the MC did, even to make that plan at the very end work. Like holy shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like they just carry that over to season 2, and then if they keep on flowing with it, if there's even like 2 more seasons, they'll probably get even more around. But anyway,
I'm telling you, like stoic, unavailable, emotional nigga MC, like he's that to a T. Like this nigga's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about you. Like, oh yeah, you think we friends? I don't give a fuck about you either. Like I was like, yo, bro, what is going on?
Yeah. I'm gonna say the main character actually is like my only gripe with that, because I hate main characters that are good at everything. Like if he was like, yo, I'm a brainy type nigga, and that's my thing, cool. But it's like, nah, bro, I also got the hands. Like I'll whip your ass too. Like what can you do, bro? At this point, and then like the same thing is like, okay, it's supposed to be Classroom of the Elite, and nobody is like comparing to him except for that one scumbag from Class C. But like even the smart girl is like,
he's not even there.
He's like obviously manipulating y'all, and she just like, yep.
Yeah.
Going on with me. I was like, nah, bro, you're not manipulating me. Like, I'm not falling for that, bro. But other than that, no, I really like the show.
Right. They add some nice pieces with the characters too. Like the chick that wants to be friends with everybody, like her little twist. Like I was like, they have some good moments. Yeah.
I'm glad they finally revealed that. I was like, okay. Actually, that like it wasn't that kind of twist where it's just like, really? It's just like, wait, you know what? I can see that. Like she effed up, but I
didn't trust her ass from the jump.
That. Oh well, 100%.
Suspect.
I had the same vibe. So I'm like, bitch, you in Class D, but you talking about like these niggas are the delinquent.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying to be everybody's friend. All right, cool.
So real quick, I'll talk about stuff that I've been watching. I'll just go on the Marvel joint since I'll be the only one religiously watching that. I watched Miss Marvel so that nobody else had to.
I watched it.
Okay, real quick, I just give
How
me
to get to the end.
You like it, okay?
No. I actually thought it did well, but like I said, I think we talked about it a little bit, but it just to me was like it was Disney's shot at the Marvel TV show to me. Like I felt like if they didn't call it Miss Marvel and they called it Stretchy Girl Teenage Adventures on Disney Plus, I would be like, wow, that's a show that I actually could have gotten into. But like because it was a Marvel show that tried to lean into the Disney thing, it didn't hit as a Marvel show to me. But it did really well as a Disney show, I would think. Like if I looked at it that way, I would say it was a great show.
I wasn't a fan, and y'all know I be watching hella shows with like that are geared towards teenage girls with like female leads, and I be like, look, those are my shows. This was not for me. I don't think that they didn't capture the essence, bro. I was just like, that shit could miss me. I'm not saying it's bad. I just thought it was like extremely mid, you know. Then I've been watching She-Hulk. You feel me? Could end mid. Right now it's like interesting, you know, at the least. Might be fun. My suspicion is that it's gonna end up at a solid, decent plus. That's what I think.
I think Moon Knight is gonna be the best of all of this new age shows, and I'm banking that She-Hulk is gonna come in second. From what I'm seeing, if we're not counting, I'm counting Moon Knight on because I think there's another show. I don't know if Loki technically counts as this new age or not, but I'm counting.
That's the same group.
Oh, really? Yeah. So I don't count Loki.
From WandaVision to right now, that's all in the same phase.
Yeah. So to me, I don't count those because those were all the big budget stars, right? Like I see that as like a separate set. Yeah. As far as those new unknown niggas, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Moon Knight. And did we have another one that was out there? Either way, I think it's going to be Moon Knight at the top, She-Hulk, and then Miss Marvel. As far as where I'm banking the list is going to play out. Oh, Hawkeye was the other one they tried to count in there. So I'm like,
you don't count Hawkeye?
I feel like you can because he's just. I'm be hating on Hawkeye. I'm gonna be honest. He's just unknown enough of an Avenger that I would consider that show more about the girl than it was about Hawkeye. Where I felt like he is, he sure is. But I did feel like the show's focus was way more on Kingpin and that girl than it was on Hawkeye, and then they kind of just like tied it at the end with the Yelena Hawkeye thing. So if I look at it from the girl's perspective, then I would probably almost say Hawkeye and Moon Knight are tied to me. The reason why I don't put Moon Knight over is I really didn't like the giant kaiju battle at the end. That was the shit that ruined it for me. If they didn't have that, Moon Knight would be at the top.
So, like, I feel like Hawkeye's purpose was to set the new girl up as Hawkeye. Like, it was her show that happened to have him in it, who also is named Hawkeye. But I feel like that it was her show. So I count that as like a new character show more so than I would Falcon and the Winter Soldier because them niggas were established. I like that one. Hawkeye, that shit was my favorite. I love that show. But we talking about the new stuff. Last new thing, non-anime, that I'll bring up is we'll talk about this in the news, so I won't get into it too much. But the Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, the spinoff.
Oh, I couldn't.
Wake up.
They're not getting me again.
I'll say about it. Wake up.
They're not getting me again, bro.
Hey, y'all see this fire and blood, bro? Wake up. Yo, the House of the Dragon, wake up.
See, my problem. See, they try to play that Westworld game with me. I feel like they was like taking like too long because now I'm like at this point where I'm like, damn, bro, like it's been a minute. Like I have to refresh myself on like the house niggas, all these reference names that was in the original show that now are real characters. Like I feel like I have to do all that again.
I'm gonna hit it up when we get to it in the decent news part. But rest assured, it is a light entry. Even if you've never seen Game of Thrones, I think you can just step into this show and be fine. If you like high fantasy, medieval type shit, you'll be fine. But those shows have been really good. Something that was trash is not new, but I've been watching it because I really fuck with the isekais. Everybody be like, yeah, watch Reincarnation of Slime. Mid.
Come on, don't do that.
Don't
Come on.
don't suggest that to me no more.
Nah,
It's
BS.
mid, bro.
That's BS.
Mid.
Well, how are you watching it?
How?
Yeah, how?
I'm
Like, what
watching-
perspective what expectations, if any, are you going into the show with?
No, this is my only expectation is that, like, one, I like the isekai genre, even though it's kind of trash. I love it. I can't help it. So I was like, hey, if I like it, I might as well watch it. Everybody's been putting hype on it. Let me go ahead and see what it's about. And I just watch it, and I'm just so unenthused.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Power Rangers growing up?
of a steamroll. Like, he rolling niggas.
But that's not the point. That's the thing.
Caught up?
To me,
are you completely
where are
caught
you
up
at?
Reincarnated? No.
I think I'm like all the way on season 2 by now. Or something like
oh, okay, all right, that's fair. But my thing is the way I come into the show, and this is not changing perspective. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Is I look at it as it's not as much about like Rimmaru steamrolling shit is the default. Like him being the GOAT is the default. But what I'm in it for is the like constant world building and the Power Ranger evolutions. That's it. Like that crew of niggas be evolving and like seeing them niggas interact. She honing her fucking cooking, bro. Like I don't know if you got to some of them scenes.
Yeah.
But that shit to me, that's what make the show. It's the slice of life aspect. Me saying that. It's the slice of life aspect.
I do like when niggas get like they power ups and they names and they change. And I'm just like, I would like it a little more. Like I don't mind him whooping niggas and being strong. Half of isekais, the dudes are overpowered. I'm just like, I wish there was some type of like strategy he going about. I look like my man just like, hey yo, what's up, fam? Tempest, like you one of the guys now. You powerful. Let's go. Like I want a little more depth. I like the world though. I like the world.
Yeah, it's definitely not deep. I don't look at it that way. They have some complexities, I think, like, and towards the end of season 2, that's when it's like, oh, there's some plots, niggas is pulling strings and threads, and then it gets you more enticed because you like, oh, there's gonna be GOAT people exploring the world. Like when they start talking like Veldora, come on, bro. My nigga Veldora, you can't tell me you're not fucking with him, bro. I'll find that hard. Veldora!
Oh, come on. He hilarious, bro. Are you serious?
Like,
man, are you joking?
Bro, I absolutely hate recap episodes. I watched the recap episode just because Veldora was a nigga narrating that shit, bro. That's funny as hell. He was playing chess with that nigga, and he was like, at the end, when this nigga beat him in whatever game he was playing, he was like, it don't matter anyways, because I'm Veldora. And that was it, bro. That's how they ended the episode. I'm like, yo, this nigga is funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's some characters in that show for sure.
Oh,
but that's all I've really been watching.
There's a few shows that honestly aren't like hype enough to really spit on. I gotta talk about. We can talk about in the anime section, but if around looks like we already in the anime section, low key. I'm not gonna lie, we're super pumped for Overlord season 4, and as it's going now, yeah, it
didn't live up to it. Damn,
it's sad. It's like, man, it's like it's right now. It's not really action based. It's still about how his kingdom is really coming into fruition. So as far as like the logistics and kind of like the background scheming that has still been a base and foundation of the show, that's there. But there used to be, at least like in season 1, season 3, like a decent balance of the action and then the scheming and the action and the scheming. It looks like more scheming than anything going on, and like the action they are showing is like just so stupidly OP. I know we're saying that with Overlord, but it's like you still don't even get that kind of action now. You still get the he broken, the respect is there, but it's just not hitting as hard as I would want to. So it's like like you're still getting, like I said, the kind of like basics here, but like right now I'm getting like more of the feels of season 2, which like was one of the seasons that I really liked with the lizard people. where you're just kind of more or less saying like, oh, how are you gonna try and like conquer the lizard people? And that was like literally half of the season where nothing really happened. You're just looking at basic ish that you don't really care.
Oh, you didn't like those random ass lizard people that weren't strong at all?
Bro, we literally spent at least 4 episodes on how they were gonna fight back, and what ended up happening? It was just like,
They
They got washed, boy. They got washed.
I was like,
I felt so bad for them lizard people.
Oh,
Like, real
100%.
They really did. Like they broke lizard history. Like in the scope of their world, it was like, if we can actually survive this, we are like good. We're going to be having a happy lizard history like future now.
Which is so funny because from the RPG side of things, it's basically like they like level 1 niggas. Like the starting world in most RPGs is what they had a whole life and shit. And this nigga just came through. Not even the overlord. It wasn't even Ainz. It was like a subordinate of Ainz came, steamrolled your whole shit, then brought you back to life. It was like, yeah, it worked for me now.
That's the shit I love, though. It just reminded me, like you said, of an RPG where you just like, I wonder what these niggas think before I come in and just destroy
everything.
Just completely.
Bro, I got to farm the XP, bro. I'm sorry. It's
you. But no. So like right now, I mean, it's but it's not as hype as I would want it to be. There's still the movie, which I'm hoping would be a little bit, more entertaining. But I don't know. This season ain't giving me like super hardcore vibes. So I still like the scheming though. Don't get me wrong. There's not enough balance right now.
Gotcha. All right, that's it for story time. It sounds like jumping to decent news. Do you want to kick it off with House of the Dragon?
Yeah. So since I was just talking about it, I'll just bring it up. House of the Dragon. Like, let's not act like Game of Thrones wasn't one of the biggest TV shows of all time. You know what I'm saying? Put some respect on it. It ended bogus. Okay, we get that. Let's move forward though. House of the Dragon, I think, will not suffer from the same issues because the book that is based off is completely finished. You don't have to worry about them trying to make up stuff, and George R. R. Martin is actually in there telling niggas how shit should be. They got black people in it because, as George R. R. Martin said, black people are in my show, in my book, bro. You know what I'm saying? Put them in there. So there's black people in it. And then so one of my biggest gripes with the original Game of Thrones is like Daenerys, one of the main characters, has like 3 dragons at the end and still taking L's, which makes no sense. But in House of the Dragon, it's set during this time called like the Dance of Dragons, which is a Targaryen civil war. So it's not just about like, yo, I got dragons, because yo, the other side got dragons too. So it's about how you use them and who the better dragon riders and the strats that come out of it. So you just get to see the Targaryens at the height of their power. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I think that it's the things you like about Game of Thrones without having to worry about some nigga pulling together some epic plot that they don't know how it ends in the end.
So are we seeing dragons every episode type thing, or
nigga, they start the first episode out with a dragon in that bitch? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And like the first second is a dragon flying through that motherfucker. Like, yeah. All the main character Targaryens, like every Targaryen is bound to a dragon. Like, I think at this time in their history, they got like 17 dragons. So, you know, and there's different sizes. Like some big homies got like the big dragons, you know, little lesser homie got like a little dragon. But, you know, it's different stuff. And yeah, I think it's going to be a good show. The first episode is just like the first episode of Game of Thrones. There's a whole lot of laying down the groundwork, you know, all this like stuff, like letting you know what the show is about. So I think that that's good because they're not expecting you to know what happened in the last show. And it's set 200 years before the last show. So you don't need to know anything about the last show or Game of Thrones because it's 200 years before that. So you can just
Big Dragon nigga dead in that one or alive? The one that's in the bottom of the castle? Yeah.
Yeah, it's dead. Actually, it dies technically 7 years before the start of the show. So it just died.
Damn.
You know? But they still got a couple of other big dragons, like because there were like 3 dragons that they started with, and those dragons last for a long time. So only the oldest one died. So they got still 2 of the OG dragons in there.
Oh, okay.
So, a good show, man. I would say, with the clutchiness that George R. R. Martin did in Game of Thrones, like you at least got to give it 2 episodes. 2 episodes. You don't like it after that, you can put it out.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not gonna like it. I think I will. It's just you know what Game of Thrones does to niggas, bro. And then if I do that, and then y'all do me, you did me in the last one with that ending, bro. I'm gonna be like, yo, wow, y'all really got me fucked up. But Damien has some comments, I think, as you were talking about it earlier, so I want to make sure cover it. He typed hero. I don't know what that meant, but then the other thing he said was the only thing you need an explanation for is Hightower's ugly helmet. I don't know if that's a reference to House of the Dragon.
Yeah, there was one of the families are the Hightowers, and they be doing some wild stuff. I don't want to spoil stuff because it's Game of Thrones. Niggas be doing people dirty. Like you know how Game of Thrones get. Every nigga out for themselves. Niggas grimy. Niggas get stabbed in the back. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, at least there ain't no dumbass girl with 3 dragons taking L's. You know what I'm saying? Like that just don't make no sense.
She just didn't go any plan. She just thought because she had a dragon, it was just gonna work out.
But like real talk though. Shouldn't that work though?
it sure should have. It sure should have when you have niggas that solely ride on fear of dragons. But she had a bitch who was like, yo, I don't care. I'm gonna figure out how to kill them dragons. Like, and her dumb ass was like, yeah, I don't care about your big ass ballistic arrow gun. My dragon is not
a dragon.
A dragon.
I'm just like, look, bro, you waited until 2 of your dragons got murked before you decided to use dragon fire. Like, what, boy? I'd have burnt that shit down day 1. But we talking about a show that's 10 years old now. Fuck that show. House of the Dragon, I would suggest checking it out. Pretty good. Based off a complete book. Read the book. It's good. I think the show will be good.
Okay. I guess we'll see. But I mean, all I'll say is that specifically coming though from you, P5, as far as that's like long history. Let's just move forward. I mean, I literally never heard you say that for like everything else that you liked in the past and maybe got rebooted / another show. So okay.
See, I didn't want to bring it up.
I mean, hey, we gotta put it out there to put it out there, right? I mean, for one, we gotta bring up. I mean, granted, you still did check it out, so I guess that's in your defense. But Burn the Witch, bro. Yep. As far as like the Bleach trauma, I mean, there was a lot of pushback for a hot second. You still ended up doing it, so I mean, you're still keeping up with what you're saying now. True, but all I'm saying is, why even front? Like the point is that. If he gave you them positive feels in the beginning, you're gonna go back.
So this is what I'm gonna say is different from Bleach.
Oh, okay.
1, I gave that nigga a second time and he hold me. You don't get 3. Ain't no 3 strikes.
Oh, so 3 is the number. Oh, okay.
So I'm not about to watch that new Bleach. He's not getting me.
My nigga said, "Fool me once, shame on you.
Exactly.
Fool me twice, shame on you."
Exactly, bro. Fool me 3 times, we got a pop. And then the difference is, I would say, like we know exactly why the ending of Game of Thrones flopped. They were taking that shit directly from the book. My man stopped writing the book, and niggas was like, "Fuck it, we about to free ball. We about to write this bitch out." You feel me? And it was garbage. It's like, hey, you're going against one of the best fiction writers currently versus some niggas in Hollywood that was making a TV show. Them niggas flopped that shit, right? But this situation, the book is complete. Niggas don't gotta guess. And George R. R. Martin sitting down with him, telling him like, "Hey, bro, don't do this, do that. Don't do this, do that." I think it's gonna be clean. That's the difference. If they have the same setup, they not getting me twice.
I mean, I don't want to jinx you, bro, but just simply out of curiosity, let's say it do flop. Like, how you feeling?
Shit, I ain't putting no money on that.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
All right, let's go. That's HBO money. If it flop, I just gotta be like, bro, y'all niggas garbage, bro. All you have to do is just like MCU, bro. If you flop with the MCU, you a bum. They already got the story. Turn that bitch into a movie. That's all you gotta do. If you flop that, you a bum. That's on you. Get your shit right.
But what if you have a crazy actor? This is outside of the MCU. What if you have you did all that, and then you have a guy who just decides I can't say that. They who decides they're just gonna go crazy in the streets afterward. What happens then?
I'm like, bro. See, that's when you gotta get Suge Knight on niggas, bro. Hey, yo, Ezra Miller, I need to meet you in my office, bro. We trying to get this DC thing going. We got you as a Flash, a favorite character, and you want to be out here choking motherfuckers and stealing socks. Come on, bro.
I would have been promoted the dude from the Flash TV show. As soon as that first news said, hey, bro. Hey.
You up, bro? You're up. he fumbled the bag, bro.
Yes, we edit all the scenes with his face in it.
I'd have just blew that nigga on the out of here, bro. And that's the crazy thing.
Hey, they got that deepfake technology to do that shit too.
Exactly.
I'm telling you.
Deepfake. That don't make no sense to me, bro. You the Flash. That's money in the bag. Just chill out, bro.
True. Sad.
But that's what they doing, shit. But yeah, that's it. Hey, House of Dragon, the first episode is fun. It is captivating. You get to see a bunch of dragons. I say go for it.
All right. Jugga, you're up next. Dragon Ball.
All right, so I guess first off, because it's still pretty new, this is going to be a spoiler alert. I'll try to keep it, but
this is the spoiler podcast.
This is the spoiler podcast, so there's your warning. All right, this movie surprised me in a couple of ways, to be honest. At first, I was not going to see it in theaters, but homie called me up, said that I got a little squad, gonna crank the theater, like literally bio hair, big screen, comfy seats. I was like, you know what, F it. I haven't seen an anime in theaters since like probably Bleach way back when.
Oh, dang. I thought you were going to say the Pokemon movie because I think that was the last one for me.
Right? No, I know. Yeah. I mean, fun. But no, I think I saw like Bleach just to do it because it was Bleach too. But anyways, that's in the past. So I was like, F it. Let's check it out. Now, before... as far as like my thoughts before the movie, as far as to why I didn't think it would be so good, it was one, the CG animation. I didn't think that was going to be hot with the anime, and then two, based on what I already knew, like I already saw that the main people that was going to be in said movie was going to be Gohan, and then like some Piccolo touches, and I was like, with Dragon Ball Super and like like the new forms Vegeta and Goku got to put some highlight on like Gohan and Piccolo, are those battles really gonna be dope? I'm just gonna be like, yeah. So what, F it. Then and also because of that fact, I was like, pause. Superhero. Do not tell me Great Saiyan Man's about to be effing a hardcore highlight.
That's what I thought. So when I saw the title, I was like, is this retconning Great Saiyan Man, or is he going to get like added into it in a different way?
That's again what I thought, and I was like, man, this movie about to be effing trashy trash. So those are my premonitions, right? So I go into the theater, and actually it starts out, and man, the animation was actually mad clean. It wasn't even like the fighting that got me. It was just like showing the world and how like the people was moving, the color scheme, and how they actually did the CG animation. I was like, oh shit, big ups. Okay, so like, I'm feeling good now. I was like, all right, they're knocking stuff down. They started introducing the Red Ribbon Army, how that's going to play into effect again. Now, honestly, I'm like, Red Ribbon Army been played out, but I didn't think about, the actual origin of Dragon Ball Z and such. And it's like, they've always been there anyway. So it's just like, fuck it. I mean, what are we going to do next, right? So like they pretty much, got the whole setup. And then within the setup, you figure out that the whole hero theme of the movie was actually a play, because the heroes were the bad guys being fooled thinking that they were heroes, and the actual bad guys were the Z Warriors. And based on how based on the lie that the main Red Ribbon Army guy set out for the guy who was Dr. Jiro's grandson, again spoiler, like to bring him onto the side and start making androids, and the spoiler I'll get into later. They were like, yo, these Z Warriors though, they low-key enemies. And like how he worded it, I can't explain it correctly. My apologies. But the biggest thing was that Bulma, that they literally said, like Castle Corp was literally the biggest company in the world, got all the money in the world, and you are seeing mother effers fly to and from her crib on the daily, and they're like, yo, we saw these kids messing with Cell. We think that they were actually teaming up with Cell to fight against Hercule. And so it's like, holy shit, like these guys are literally aliens trying to take over the world, and Bulma supporting that. And they were like, yo, and we got to F them up. All right, let's go. Let's get the superhero team with it. It was just like, F around. When you think about their world, that's not even a tough lie to sell. Like for like no one who knows the Z Warriors, it's like that makes complete sense. They are true aliens that are strong enough to blow up the planet whenever they feel like, and Bulma just, you know, pretty much being the accomplice, letting them chill, right? So it's just like, all right, F
they
around.
really
I like
are.
the story. I mean,
They
I like
hanging
the
out with Demon King Piccolo,
right. They mentioned
Vita,
yeah,
Boo,
right,
Frieza, like bro,
Like,
TNS.
If that shit was real life, there's definitely niggas making TikToks and shit right now about how they run it.
And it was like thinking about that story premise. I was like, you know what? Out of like a lot of like anime and like even DBZ movies, that makes sense. Like I could actually believe this. It's like, so again, this is all in the setup. And I was like, all right, DBZ, I'm feeling this. I feel this.
You know what I feel like? I feel like somewhere there's a nigga that lived in them mountains and was like, yeah, I used to know Gohan too. I seen him turn into a monkey and kill that old man. Goku evil, bro.
I'm just saying, man.
Big
Like the story they were actually dropping was just, I mean, I was just overall impressed. I didn't think that like the plot was gonna actually be this like hardcore reasonable for something that's completely new. You know what I mean? Especially for a DBZ movie. Anyways. So it's going good. Not a ton of fighting really like in the first quarter to half. So that's pretty much all the setup. And then like the first fight starts and it's Piccolo with a new android. Again, a spoiler. Since they brought over like Dr. Jiro's grandson, as anyone could suspect, good with robotic biology, et cetera, et cetera. So he makes androids that rivals Dr. Jiro. They super strong, and like he's a superhero fanatic. So all his androids are built with like a superhero mindset. So that's why they're like, in the costumes that you see in the posters, et cetera, et cetera. So like the android shows up, says like, Demon King Piccolo, you evil, I'm good, I'm gonna start effing you up. And the first thing that again gets me going wasn't even the fight, but something they did that was funny was that the superhero, when he actually did a move, they had like the comic book sound effect in the background to be like boom or crash. And it's just like at first you're like, wow, they really doing this ish. And right when I had that thought, Piccolo said out loud, bro, are you seeing this in the background? Piccolo literally says that. Why does it say boom? And he just gets knocked out. And we're just like, wow, wait, they really broke the fourth wall to do that real quick? And it's just like, yeah, it's part of my effects. And he does a move and like it's literally part of his ability. So like whenever he does something, boom is in the background. I'm like some My Hero kind of ish. But like the timing of it just hit me so good with Piccolo saying it as soon as I thought it. I was like, all right. Damn, this movie going in. I was like, let's make it hot. So it keeps going. And like the flow is decent. How they bring in Gohan with Pan, all of that is, again, reasonable. The fighting is starting to get decent as far as like the true climax. And
wait, did you say Pan?
Oh yeah, right. I guess another spoiler, low key. Pan is in it. She's like, I think like 3 or 4, and she's low-key getting fathered by Piccolo also, which another kind of like not fourth wall exactly, but Piccolo brings it up and like literally says, hey, yo, Gohan, why am I fathering now your kid? And like, I think Akira's literally like, you know what? Everything that's being brought up, I'm going to address it a little bit in this movie a little bit. So it's like Piccolo being the dad, you right. Yeah, he is the dad.
So
I have to say this whenever it gets brought up. This nigga Piccolo did not raise Gohan. Y'all niggas is slandering Goku. Now he kidnapped that nigga, left him in the wild.
You're not wrong. But the point is that he kept going with it. Like you could say that it's fuck. What was the syndrome? Stockholm syndrome. Right?
Stockholm.
But that worked in reverse though too. It worked in reverse though too.
You got to realize that different people have different coaches on how they raise their children. And the land where Piccolo is from, that's how they raise that's how. I can't even keep a straight face, man.
That's what I'm saying. As soon as you started bringing up that argument, I was like, I don't know if we want to go in this direction. We don't want to go in this direction. What you call abuse, I call stern discipline. Like,
I was like, oh, that's what we do. I'm pulling up.
My man's actually went there for a second.
That's crazy. Hey, see, that's what I'm talking about. Grants, look, hey, I'm telling y'all right now, you want your kid to grow up a Spartan warrior, send them back. I guarantee you, at the least, they're gonna come back. They're gonna come back knowing how to defend themselves from wild animals.
Oh shit! But anyways, they bring that.
Hey.
Like, they had a lot of funny moments there, but like Pan is like typical kind of Saiyan growing up, still getting training, blah 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 blah. They have like a few funny interactions between like Pan, Piccolo, and like Pan and Gohan, a couple too. But like for me, the movie's going swell. Like I don't think I had nothing negative to say about it until when it hit like halftime, a little bit after when they start getting to, like the climax of fights, right? And just to say, like in the background, as far as the animation with like the fights in general goes, it was still mad decent. I feel like there could have been a little bit more fighting, but the fighting they did show, again, I don't really have complaints. The biggest complaints that I had was, again, here comes another spoiler alert. My man Cell gets brought back.
Huh?
I know, right? Biggest twist of like that.
The Cell or like a Cell copy?
That's it. So the Cell they brought back was a combination of the second form and the final form. That's pretty much how he looks, and he gets like no dialogue. It's all yelling. It's all like almost like a Broly, like the movie Broly kind of personality, and he's just like he's like a big guy, like a big battle, giant battle. And he like doesn't talk at all, and they literally just brought back Cell for really no reason when they technically could have just made it another big android. Like I have so many gripes with it. It's kind of ridiculous.
And that sucks.
It really
I feel like Cell was like literally the smartest villain they had.
Exactly, which could have been so dope. Like they literally they had a few opportunities here. Like one, just not use Cell, because why? And then two, if they did want to bring back Cell, why not just make it the same thing with how they brought back Frieza? This could have been the intro. I mean, like the movie, if I'm correct, is canon. So they could have just used it as a starting off point to be like, bro, I made you Cell like a perfectly new body, keep homie's memories, and keep him like cool, collected, and just a straight G that we pretty much fell in love with back in the day. Right. They could have made that work easy, in my opinion. But for them to bring back Cell in this fashion was a complete disrespect and slap in the face when you could have used so many other directions with it. So
I think that was them letting us know that we ain't never getting Cell back.
Yeah,
he's gone.
I think so. If they tried to use this as a starting off point, that would really piss me off to say that some cells remained after he died in the end, obviously, and it's just like okay, and then from that he became the super complete form.
You know what I would love to see as a main character in the Dragon Ball series? A Cell Jr., just like a loose Cell Jr. that made it, bro. I came for my run back, Gohan. You killed my daddy! Like, that'd be hard.
Oh, no. Yeah, yes, but no. At the same
No.
Like, yeah, like, I agree. That shit would go hard, but at the same time, yeah, like really, though?
Really, though?
Oh,
yeah, it's funny as hell.
Do you remember their voices? They were also, like, squeaky, and they were just... They were
have trolls, a little squeak. He ain't no different. He's still like this big. What's up, Gohan? Like I will love it.
He gotta be cold though. He gotta be that short, but super still cold. Like bodying niggas. Like Yamcha gotta see him first. Like that's
like he gotta knock him like eyeballs white. Like anime, their eyes go white. He just whooping people. I love it.
Oh,
bring back Cell Jr.
But no, they did
Hashtag.
my man Cell dirty, and then two, as far as the two new forms that were introduced, Piccolo gets a new form, and Gohan gets a new form.
Does he change the look at all, Piccolo?
Piccolo is pretty much a y'all see the movie Slug?
No.
Where it's like all right, don't worry about it. So long story short, he gets swole. So he just kind of gets jacked, almost like how Trunks would get swole, like back in the day in the Cell Saga 2.
So Super Saiyan, whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah, kind of like that. So like the Super Namekian, but they call it, I swear, like Akira's like names is ridiculous. It's called Orange Piccolo. Is the new form. That's literally what it's called.
Get no fuck.
And
y'all say y'all want a new form. Got it.
That's it.
So they changed the color on that man.
Really? Like all he did was get muscles and get orange. Like that was pretty much it. And like
it turned from a pickle to a squash. Okay.
Yeah. That's the way to think about it. Shit. But nah, it's like he gets more swole. I mean, he gets stronger, obviously, but the form itself, it just looks weak. It looks tough. And honestly, Gohan sucks because I got mixed feelings about it. I feel like it's good with the one minus effective, but he made his hair just stupid huge, and I can't get over it. Like he's more or less a Super Saiyan 2 hair that's white, red eyes. I kind of like the red eyes. I'm not gonna lie, red eyes. But again, this SS2 hair is just, it's just literally massive. Like that one lock. Remember from the SS2? That one lock, I kid you not, it's got to be at least like 4 feet long.
What the fuck?
Like it's like, bro, you just got, when you see it in theaters, like Buddy's hair is at least as big as like 3/4 of his body separated.
Is it because of the type of like 3D animation,
bro? Or I thought about it from angles. Like, no, it's big. It's big.
Damn,
it's big. Like if it actually curled down for like the SS3, or at least makes sense. But you got all that hair just literally.
You're trying to save it.
Spike. I mean, it don't make no sense.
They tried to make that nigga look like Gon, adult Gon.
Yeah. But just like wider and bigger, like pause. But like it's just effing. It just made no sense. It's crazy. Look. But like what sucks though is like the actual design I like. If they just like literally made the hair smaller, I would have been like, oh, this is new. This is interesting. Like I've never seen a Saiyan with like red eyes like that. Like honestly, that caught me. So I was like, okay.
What they call his form?
Honestly, I don't even know yet. I think they're calling it like Gohan Beast form right now, and like that's literally on the wiki. Like I don't even think that's legit, but that's what they call it. Based on, I was literally trying to get some info on it, and they were trying to say that this form is not even like it's supposed to be unique to Gohan in the sense that it's not just Saiyan related; it's human related. So it's just like it's not just supposed to be like a Super Saiyan, but a type of superhuman.
So then Kotanks can do it, and then
if my nigga Krillin don't get it, cap.
Krillin, right, bro? Actually, they did Krillin actually mad disrespect too. Like he actually showed up to only bring 18. Like he didn't even fight.
You got to. He retired, bro. If I was Krillin, I did my work too, bro. Y'all done made me put me out in these streets with killers for years. I'm retired, bro.
We
go ahead with 18.
I'm with Yamcha, bro. We retire. I'm like, hey, my girl fight for me now. Where we going, 18? Who need hands?
For no money.
I'll pick you back up after.
Because you got to think about it this way, like hate on Yamcha if you want to, but at the end of the day, after he retired, he went and did the smart thing. He said, "Yo, my athletic abilities make me the best sportsman. I'm gonna go play baseball and get this bag." Like, and he didn't even play he didn't play a sport that was gonna get him injured at all. He said, "I'm gonna play baseball." He's hitting home runs every day. He's got to be. He was fighting niggas that was moving at the speed of light. You telling me you're not seeing that baseball?
They definitely changed the rules for that man. Like Yamcha, Hall of Fame baseball player. You feel me? That fighting life was
playing today. There's aliens playing in that league. Gotta be. There's no way there's not aliens playing in a baseball league because that's the only way you can compete. And that what I do. If I was Krillin too, that's it, bro. I'm going to every strongman competition. Dude. Bench pressing some stupid ass weight. So give me my bag. I'm gone.
Because don't forget, Krillin is a cop. So he literally showed up in a police uniform.
He's a cop.
No, that's why it was a joke on the joke.
He's a cop.
Police uniform when 18 said, "Hey, yo, good luck."
That man is taking police brutality to a whole nother level. Yo, Krillin pulling you over. He punched you out your skin.
Bro, imagine you get pulled over. You hear the knock on your thing. You
the glass shattered. It's no knock. Your glass is shattered. He shattered your glass, bro.
He tapped that bitch and say, "Yo, let your window down." You like, nah, bro. I ain't letting my shit down. He reaches through the window. I said, let your window down.
And this my thing, like, bro, Krillin ain't shown me. He's been a scumbag his entire life. Like, he definitely doing some police brutality, bro. Krillin ain't never been no good monk. He been a shiesty nigga his whole life. You get pulled over by him, you better get that nigga some pounds or like money, something.
I'm telling
you going to jail at night.
It's in the car. I got X-ray vision. Solar flare. Imagine that, bro. He just solar flare you for no reason, bro. You're like on a regular nigga, you like, you know what I'm saying? On a superhuman nigga, you blind for a second. Regular nigga, you are permanently blind, bro. He hit you with the light of the sun in your eyes.
Bro. Imagine my man drags his destructo disc across your car, like, bro.
Oh my god, yo.
The tail lights out.
Bad move, Krillin. I know you wanted to be just a regular dad, and that seemed like those regular dad.
That nigga
wasn't for you, bro.
He got tired of niggas being stronger than him. He was like, I want the power. I'm about to start whooping niggas.
That's a fair point.
These traffic stops. I can't tell you.
This nigga could have gone to the army if he wanted to just go around beating ass or whatever.
Right.
Like,
Damien said he ain't got the nose, but he can smell the contraband.
Right. Yeah, I know you got it on you.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro.
My God.
Wow.
No, not go.
That just blew my mind, bro. That just blew my mind.
I am disappointed in his choice of profession. Not that being a cop is wrong, but if you can bench press a house, you shouldn't be beating niggas up at traffic stops.
Certain things just not for you. Nobody's getting away from him. Where are you going? I can fly, bro.
They're doing the
fly.
Bro, next to you still even has a cop car, man. Crazy.
He really could run your shit down. He could run your car down if he wanted.
Yeah. I can't, bro. I can't.
I'm gonna still do the race on his ass, though.
I would be mad, though.
You gotta show me. You gotta show me. You gotta catch me on bone.
But the crazy thing was, this nigga a cop, but he's stuck inside the office doing paperwork the whole time. That would be the fucked up part.
Oh my god,
wasting.
I can see that with Krillin actually. His bitch swole ass busting through the seams of his police shirt, writing up paperwork. Yeah, go ahead. Here you go. Hey,
but the crazy thing is, I feel like every job really do got that one really short buff ass nigga that low key might be a Krillin for all you know. Every job got one.
Doing the most non-buff thing at the job, bro.
Staple.
Yeah, I'm the receptionist, bro. What office you in again?
You got an HR complaint?
That's the one. That's the one, bro.
Motherfucking union rep, big as hell.
Oh, you gonna kill me, man? I'm just, Hey, bro, you want to tell us what you rated this movie?
Damn.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Fuck. I mean, damn. They did sell too dirty. I can't even give it like maybe no. Nah, the best I can give it is decent plus. I was thinking a decent hell minus, but they like Cell was one of like my favorite villains. So like how they did him dirty, I can't let that go.
Now I got a question. I want to see what you think of this in relation to other Dragon Ball content. So like let's compare it to the Broly movie. Which one would you say is better?
I would say the Broly movie, specifically because coming from the straight OG Broly movie, I came purely for the fights, and they delivered 110%. So like I just came in there with certain expectations, and they delivered. This one, again, like honestly, I wasn't even thinking that this movie was going to be decent. I was really ready to give this a trash from the get-go. So they caught me off guard in the best way possible. So it was more just like, you're gonna be trash, you're gonna be trash. Pause. Oh, okay. Pause. Okay. So, okay. You know what I mean? So it's like my expectations were already so low that probably low key helped them at least a little bit, at least in my head and my rating system. So I went through like an interesting roller coaster watching this movie, which in a sense made it more enjoyable for me than maybe other people who came in there straight for the Gohan hype. If they were if Gohan's their favorite character,
he still has that.
I don't know.
He still has that.
That's what I'm saying. Like if they actually went in there saying, "Oh man, Gohan's gonna be the best FNMC in this movie. Let's go, guys!" Now I know how you're gonna be feeling.
You're a different type of nigga if Gohan was really your favorite before this.
Look, all I'm saying is that I
they
think
had
we
hope
all
still.
met a decent range of anime fans. So point is,
That's
I wouldn't
fair.
be surprised.
That is a very fair point.
I still got a buddy who says after every argument that we talk about DBZ, well, Gohan's the strongest low key, right? And it's like, oh, here we go.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I am definitely that nigga too. Technically, I think Gohan is the strongest. But if I ain't about to sit here and be like, Gohan, my favorite character, I'm looking for his come up. I'm searching for Gohan. That'd be like, I can't wait till Yamcha get his transformation.
To me, that's the original Sanji fanboy right there. Is the Goku fan right there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, man. Right. You had hope, and then they show you it's not going to deliver, and you still come on, man, maybe. They might as well have just put out Great Saiyaman from what you told me. At that point, he could have just donned the hat at the end. Bro.
That would have been hard, bro. I know niggas hate Great Saiyaman. That would have been hard. My nigga Gohan come back as a superhero. That would have been hard. I'm leaving on that. Great.
They definitely could have. I'm telling you, they could have reimagined it in some raw ass shit, bro. Great. Hey, I can't even lie because I'm more of a Dragon Ball fan through the video games than the show. And Great Saiyaman in the game, he has some hands moves, bro. Some of his little combos was.
What nigga, Great Saiyaman? That nigga cold.
Him and the Ginyu Force. Hey, low key, get Gohan in the ship. Send him off to somewhere, bro. I hope the Ginyu Force is still alive. Have them niggas just have a side series of just going around the universe, fucking shit up and doing cool ass poses after they beat niggas' asses. That shit'd be dope. I watch every episode of that shit. Gohan in the Ginyu Force.
You and your Power Rangers, bro.
I'm saying Gohan in the Ginyu Force, bro. That shit, Raccoon.
The Gohan Force.
I'm telling you, no, niggas don't put enough respect on what the Ginyu Force did, bro. These were niggas that had poses and was slapping the shit out of Vegeta.
Going around the different planets, whooping niggas.
Just beating the mess out, and as they blew your planet up. Think about that. These niggas was dancing on blowing your planet up, bro.
They really started World Star, bro.
Raccoon was in Vegeta's nightmares. He was like, oh, that's a nigga I cannot beat. Raccoon, this swole ass dancing nigga, was break dancing on this nigga's life, bro. Yo. They don't put enough respect on what the Ginyu Force did, bro. For the
next Dragon Ball movie, I'm calling it right now. That shit Ginyu Force Return, nigga.
Yo, dancing on him.
Oh. Shit, y'all want to keep moving?
Yeah.
Please.
Just real quick on She-Hulk. I don't want to spend too much time on it. It dropped. The only reason why I put this on the list is because I've been hearing a lot of, the anti, the comic book fans who feel like, oh, you bring any sort of woman stuff or black stuff or whatever, it's an issue. So apparently there's been this loud, I'm going to call it a minority of males who are really pissed at She-Hulk. From what I can gather, for two reasons. One, the boxing match with Hulk in episode 1, which to me, I was like, it was smart Hulk, whatever, but we can talk about that. And then two, the specific comments she made about being a woman and how it allows her to control her anger. So I wanted to just bring the topic to the group for niggas who's watching She-Hulk or may have heard about this discussion and want to ask some thoughts. For us to just speak on it, because I feel like we hear this all the time. Especially with the way fantasy shows are becoming more and more diverse. They came up with House of the Dragon too, and niggas being mad about how Valerians are depicted in books, and they're being, I think, black Valerians, but I think those people aren't even Valerians, whatever it is. But there's always some. You brought in this minority group into the show, and you're pushing a woke agenda. Did y'all feel that for the folks who watched it, or what are your thoughts on what's going on?
So this is what I'll say, and I'll try and just quickly address the things you were saying. I don't think that like the introduction of these characters is necessarily like a woke agenda, because like, bro, people exist, and if they exist, why shouldn't they be, in these worlds? Especially She-Hulk been around since before most niggas watching this podcast was even born. So chill out. Now I will say one thing that I do think they push like the woman empowerment agenda a little too much, and it was in the specific scene where like She-Hulk was being a bad bitch and was mad at niggas for being like, yo, she a bad bitch. I'm sorry, I get it. I know women be out here getting a bunch of niggas dressing you, but if you 6'8" and you a green baddie, I'm shooting my shot. Call me Kobe, bro. You gonna be mad at me with me, but I'm gonna try. You 6'7" and green. I gotta try. You feel me? And then I'm just gonna say that part. If it's harassment, tell me no once. All right, but I'm definitely gonna try. But then the whole part about her being able to control her anger, I felt that, and I feel like the only niggas who don't feel that are either like niggas that just don't refuse to acknowledge the reality of the world, or I'm just gonna say niggas with all the privilege in the world, because as a black person, you've been there. If you a black person with a job, and you've been there before, where you like, bro, I have to sit here and take this on the chin, because if I act how I should act, I'm gonna be that ignorant nigga at the job. And ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for my ass. So when she said that, I was like, yup, you right, Bruce. Because I can be the hoe right now. I know I can control my anger, boy. Your ass tweaking. You need some help. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. So that statement, if you feel bad about that statement, you probably ain't never been a minority before.
Right. No, I agree with you on that. I didn't watch the part where they were spitting game at her, or I missed it, where they were spitting game at her and she was 6'8". But the part about the whole, I'm a woman so I can control my anger better, that's exactly where my mind went to. I was just like, as a black man, I totally see what she's trying to say and the point that she's making. I personally was just like, I like the whole crybaby community. I'm just going to call it what I feel, which is this crybaby community of, for some reason, these shows can't be any different, but without taking into context as to why they're different. Like, in the She-Hulk case, she's been around for a while. So for the fact that you guys are watching a show about a comic book character that exists, get mad about that part. So like, let's get mad about this now. But it's like, bro, first of all, it's a show about a woman. How can her issues not come into the show? Like, what did you expect? Even if you disagree with what she said, what do you expect? Like, you thought she was gonna be a dude? Like, I'm very confused at what the expectation was there. If you didn't think that this type of her life experience wasn't going to be reflected in the show, that's totally fair. The second part I have is like that comes up a lot with this about inserting diversity into these shows is part of the reason why a lot of this diversity didn't exist in the original material is because it didn't sell, because doing it was extremely controversial. Like, there's a bunch of white superheroes because there wasn't a lot of room to create black superheroes at that time. But people are like, oh, well, you're turning it black. But I'm like, bro, if you had a level of open diversity we have now back then, there's quite a possibility there would be way more black superheroes than we see. But there's this big old issue around it that I'm just like, you guys don't even take in the context of why it was that way before you say, oh, you're changing somebody's whatever narrative, picture, look, diverse. I'm like, bro, it's not even real. And then the one that I find funniest that goes around on TikTok a lot, which is, and this is outside of comic, but in fantasy, to go to the House of Dragon point, is this, it's fantasy. What? Like, it's not even real, but yet you are dictating racial rules on fantasy. Niggas be blue, and you get black. Like, what?
They're in a world.
Are you serious?
They in a world with undead ice liches and dragons, and the niggas
Right.
like, whoa,
Can't be no niggas in there. What? Can't be black people in there.
The Targaryens got white hair and purple eyes. Ain't no nigga built like that.
Right.
They like, y'all cut, and he black. That's impossible.
That's impossible.
Goofy, bro.
It's wild to me. But that's all I want to say. That. So to that little woke red pill man blah 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 thing, two things that one, this whole thing is goofy, and two, just because someone's experience is something, it doesn't mean that it invalidates your experience. If you feel like you're not heard as a man, you feel like people are all those things are fair and valid to say. But because a woman is expressing that she's going through something, it does not mean that you're not going through anything. That's all I'll say.
You ain't got to compare traumas.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
Preach.
Anybody else got anything to say on She-Hulk? No. Well,
Yeah, other than I like the show.
I'm shooting my shot. Bucket. Yo, hey, 6'8" green mama, really talk to me. I'm trying.
And then in gaming, God of War to PC, was that you, Gramps?
That was me. I just put that on there. You know, my little segment to talk shit about y'all PlayStation niggas. Looks like your games are coming off of PlayStation. God of War on PC now, niggas. It ain't gonna be too long before y'all finally have to accept Xbox just gonna win this one. That's all I want to say. And then now, you know, me and a couple of other niggas then got a chance to peer beyond the veil, see what's cracking. God of War, big mid. Y'all was hyping that shit up. Mid-ass game, bro.
Bro, that game went
you talking about the remake original?
The 2018.
The new one, God of War
2018.
The Norse nigga.
Okay. Yeah.
That shit went hard as hell. You tripping, bro.
I didn't finish, but I definitely would say it was mid though.
Wow. Niggas hype that shit up. It's alright. It's not. Don't get me wrong. The story clean. I would never hate on the story.
Exactly.
Before niggas get to God of War. Look, the story clean. But as a game, they could have just turned that bitch to a cinematic, far as I'm concerned, because the gameplay itself was mid.
I mean, you're not wrong though.
I mean, that's one of the nicer parts about the game is that it was different. That it felt like it was a whole cinematic movie that you're kind of controlling.
Did they have to sacrifice the gameplay for that?
No, see, yeah, I will give that to Player Fire's point. I don't like the part of that I feel like happens in the gaming community where there's like basically a movie game that niggas say is a great game, but it's really just a great movie. Like the lore is good, the story is good, but as a game, it's whatever. Do I necessarily agree with that with God of War? I wouldn't say that. But I do feel like Last of Us is one of those examples. I haven't played it, so I can't say that for sure. But to me, from what I understand from the game, is it's a movie that you're playing. But the way when it first dropped and came out, people were acting like it was this life-changing game. But it's like real niggas really just like the story, and that's fine. It's a great story, but don't say it's a marvel in gameplay when really you're just playing through a movie.
Yeah, I definitely couldn't finish that game. I was like, yo.
Right.
I can't fuck with this. I'm pretty sure the scenes and all of that are probably great, but I can't get through this as a game.
Right. I'm like, I just go on YouTube and you just play me the story. That's how I just felt. Final Fantasy 7, and that's pretty much how it plays. It's like took away everything that made Final Fantasy to me, and I was just watching a movie. And I was like, this movie was great, but the game itself, come on, y'all playing with me. I can't even do RPG shit that I would do in a Final Fantasy game. All right, so in anime, couple of Cuckoos, new anime, and then One Punch Man new season. I don't know who to say what.
Yeah, I was just gonna put a little respect on a couple of Cuckoos for my fans out there that are fans of
Is that a Zelda thing?
No, it's an anime. You talking about
I was gonna say, the chickens from Zelda or whatever.
Oh,
they got chickens in Zelda?
Yeah.
My bad. I had a weird technical difficulty. But yeah, so for people that are fans of Slices of Life, couple of Cuckoos, I thought it was pretty fun. Check it out. It's basically these two couple come together for whatever reasons, just to pretend that they're dating, so that the girl's dad doesn't betroth her away. But then they end up finding that they were both switched at birth and her parents are the boyfriend's real biological parents, and the boyfriend's parents are her real biological parents. So then they end up getting forced to being like, around each other because it's like, well, we kind of want to get to know our biological parents. And then they're just like, hey, well, let's just betroth you to this nigga since he was your boyfriend. And technically he's our son. So let's make this nigga our son. You know what I mean? So yes, it's pretty fun. Neat slice of life. Check it out.
Bro, sometimes I be wondering about Japanese culture because the way some of these stories come up, I'm like, bro, like how y'all put all that? Like, is this based off a true story? How did this come to work this way? Bro? You gotta really be.
That gotta be some type of illegal like that.
I'm thinking about this. If your parents adopted somebody, that's your sibling, right?
No, wait, I don't think.
Well, they got switched at birth,
right? Yeah. But these people are still your biological parents who are technically adopted this other child, which kind of makes that your sibling in one way or another.
In America, I think you niggas is getting booked. I'm gonna say that.
For sure. There's a case.
Jail time.
You guys are, I don't know jail time for sure, but you're definitely going to a court. There's somebody. You're gonna have to explain this. You got to.
Right. You're not just getting married, motherfucker. Like,
right. The way it's worded, it's like yes on paper, but technically they are two different people, right? There is no genetic similarities,
like not at all.
Yeah.
So it's like the relationship is okay, but like on paper, it's like, all right, you're going to have to show me that you were switched at birth. Like, all of these details need to be written on paper before I sign off on anything.
Y'all got a court date, bro. Like,
right.
Come with your documents or this ain't going to fly.
Big facts. Big facts.
But that's all.
And then One Punch Man new season?
Yeah, that's the one I added. Just happened to see that they're starting with the creation of season 3 for One Punch Man. And shit, just based on the first 2 seasons, I'm already hyped for that shit because I'm like, yeah, I've been waiting for this for a hot minute.
I feel like second season fell off hard when it came to like the audience. Like I definitely feel like the first season had a lot of people in it, right? And then Boros and everything. But second, I don't know if I made it all the way through. But I felt like it went radio silent at some point in the middle of the second season.
No, you're not.
From like that anime community.
Mm-hmm. It was because of the I think like the studio switch, the animation wasn't as good. Like the story, I was still about for season 2, but it was like the combination of the action itself, as far as like what fights were actually animated, and then the animation itself was like,
yeah, the animation
it just didn't hit as hard as season 1, so that's where the fall off was. I heard about the announcement, but I would have to see what studio's picking it up. As far as
did they also announce Mob Psycho? I think I heard there was something new about Mob Psycho. And
Mob
Psycho. I'm rocking with from the anime perspective because that shit just it has the funny and action mix like right there for me.
My thing
that's coming out like this year, I think, right?
I don't know. All I know is if they were to go far enough to be able to animate the shit that we just saw within the manga,
wild.
Bro, I'm all for that shit. Bring it on.
I hear you, but that shit was wild. Like at that point, like I'm like, and that was one thing I did want to bring up. I don't know if I want to bring it up to this podcast or not, because Player 5 is our resident physics nigga. But at this point, Saitama has been proven to be able to traverse time to punch people. I think is like, if I don't know if you can summarize it better than me, Gramps. Yeah. I don't know if you can summarize it better than me, Gramps, but what I got from that conclusion was this nigga can traverse time.
That nigga boogie himself through time.
Yeah, to punch you. Yeah, to punch you with some infinite force that also still allows him to have the One Punch Man ability.
I thought you were going to talk about how this nigga pulled up the all of the crust from a planet and did a table flip move in the whole planet's outer shell completely obliterated.
That's where I would have. Yeah, you see, that's where I would have started, right? That's where I would have started. But that's how it started. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It ended with a nigga traversing time to stop a whole fight that he had from even happening.
Yeah.
So basically the troll of it was like, oh, he fought this ultimate, but by the end of the fight, the way it was shown was in One Punch Man fashion, which is he beat the nigga in one punch.
Exactly.
But what actually
So
happened is
essentially, it
he
was still
fought
One
this
Punch
nigga
Man.
for real. Yeah, he fought this nigga for real. Like, they had this ultimate ghost fight where all this crap was happening that Gramps is describing. He did beat him, but in beating him, he got the power to traverse time. So he went back to the moment where they were about to start the fight and knocked the nigga out.
And one
I love it.
So to me, every time we get a new milestone in this One Punch Man thing, I have to revisit is he stronger now? Like, do we have definitive evidence now that he's better than Goku?
That's
or
what
not?
I wanted to
That's
address.
why I want to bring it up.
Because when this nigga brought up the serious square punch, and I forgot whatever force that the number one hero is with or whatever, these niggas had to they had to group together to block the energy from those two niggas clashing with each other, a simple clash, so that they wouldn't destroy planet Earth and all of the rest of the universe in a certain direction. Like, from that clash, you can see that there was a huge amount of the universe itself that got completely obliterated, like didn't exist anymore, just because these two niggas clashed with each other. Bro, tell me what other motherfucking character you know that can do that shit. I think he did that. I think he did that just to say, yo, this nigga is strong. Yeah. No. And hear me out. I think he did that just to say, yo, this nigga is stronger than Goku and Superman and all this other bullshit. And peep, this was before his power level started shooting up. Because even after that point, when he was fighting against Garou, that nigga Garou was getting stronger and stronger to try to catch up with Saitama's power. But that nigga Saitama's power started to shoot up on an exponential scale. So as Garou's his power is increasing, they showed that this nigga Saitama was increasing too, but over 100 times the speed of that nigga Garou getting more and more powerful with every second that they fought. I'm like, yo, he literally just showed that he can't be beat.
I'll just give you a spoiler alert for folks that may be watching this now or later. We're showing shit from the thing. like it's this happened. So I think this is the scene you're referring to, right? So they're clashing in the universe right now. They have this punch. And he's talking shit about what the punch is basically about to do. And then this is, I think, what Gramps was referencing. So this happened.
Go to the next panel where you see a complete hole in the universe. That's a hole where all these stars and planets, solar systems are completely gone from two niggas clashing with each other.
Likely galaxies.
That's what I'm saying. So as the resident physics nigga is why I have to ask, from your sciencey perspective, are we at a definitive point to say that he's stronger than Goku or not? That's my question.
So I would have to.
If not, it's fine.
I'd have to look at what Goku does too, because I know there's
go back, MGG. Go back, MGG. Go back to where this nigga just kicked a actual portal into time. That shit that he's kicking.
Yeah, that's true.
Bro. That's supposed to be a portal that's supposed to, send you to another space to another location within space and time, and he kicked the portal from under him.
So hear me out. Before I just go and jump and say he's stronger than Goku, I want to say that one, Goku has had clashes that have shook the entire multiverse, and two, there's a nigga that can stop time, and Goku both flexed out of that shit too. I'm just saying, look, right now, is he getting close? The argument is close now. But I think it would be wrong of me to just say he's definitively stronger than Goku when Goku has done similar feats. And this is when Goku ain't even have Ultra Instinct yet. So I'm like, I gotta think on this one.
It's still up for debate.
It's up for debate, but he up there.
Though. Yo, show him.
And then this is the crust.
This nigga flipping the whole planet.
This is the crust of a planet that he lives.
Serious
table with one hand.
It does that. pulls the whole shit off.
That nigga reckless, bro. That's reckless, bro.
That's all I can say as I was reading this was like,
come through.
So the nigga Garu was getting his ass beat by Saitama. So the nigga Garu was like, all right, bet I'm finna create this portal to get up out of here while he's beating my ass. And poof, out of his own portal, the nigga Saitama said, nope, I'm coming out of this shit too.
Jaw this nigga. I'm just saying, bro. It's getting there. If he's writing more, he's got like if the series isn't done after this, which I do not think it is, because there was more after this in the webtoon, correct? This nigga going somewhere else.
Weak in my opinion.
Yeah, Saitama up there. I feel like the only nigga I can think of besides Goku and Superman that might be able to rock with this nigga is obviously Gurren Lagann. But like, he might.
Yeah, they were throwing universes at each other.
Yeah, but my man really just punked that shit. I feel like that nigga was like, "Yo, I really want to break Gurren Lagann, bro." He might pop that nigga. He just see that nigga breaking in the distance for like 30 years.
30 years.
Yo, that's all I'm saying. Every time we reach a new milestone in this, I always gotta bring this conversation up because I feel like it has to be had. Because niggas kind of like let it die because at the time we was real early, but now it's like we seeing what this nigga's doing. Still, I mean, don't call this casually because he tossed a lot of serious out there. But
he's serious.
No, but he was. That wasn't him going all out though. Because the nigga was fighting with one hand. He was fighting with one hand.
All I'm saying, I can't use the word casually. That's all.
Plus, you got to also realize he was holding himself back because he made a promise to the little kid that he wasn't going to kill Garu. So that nigga was not going to his max.
Facts.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying this is max. I'm definitely not.
That's my TED talk.
Can't say casual.
Okay, yeah.
Serious there.
I will say that at the very least, at the very low ball here, I gotta say we gotta at least call it 50%. We gotta say he's doing at least half.
All right. So because you gotta think about it like this. He said he's serious. These are his serious punches. So think about it like this. If you got this little kid that's annoying the hell out of you or whatever, and you're like, yo, kid, stop playing with me or whatever. This is what Saitama's doing to niggas that's killing them, completely obliterating them. This little kid, let's say he's like, probably like 13 years old or whatever, and you stop messing with me, kid. You like, that it's not gonna hurt him or whatever. You're like, all right, now I'm gonna hit your ass serious. I'm not gonna give you everything I got, but I'm gonna give you a more serious punch so you can know what I'm feeling. Yeah. That's what I feel like Saitama is doing to this nigga. He's like, all right, I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna hit you for real. I ain't gonna give you my all, but I'm gonna hit you for real.
Yeah, I say low. We call it 50. High. He might be up 75.
Damn.
But I don't think he like close to exerting himself.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yo, MGG, your camera turned off.
I wouldn't say that. It turned off?
Well, I mean,
I don't know if y'all can see that.
I don't know if that's the right word.
It's crazy. It's still streaming. So
it said live video will return when their internet improves.
I'm seeing that too. But wait, P5, you said you can still see him?
Oh.
Yeah, it was still streaming.
Am I good now, or is it still fucked up?
Oh, we can't see you at all.
I can see you.
Oh, you can. Oh, I can't. I have to. It's just me and Grams.
Okay.
Well, I mean, F it. I mean, we can still hear you. So
get y'all internet right, man.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh,
it literally said his internet, not ours.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Yeah, shoot.
PlayStation trash your internet.
Yeah, right. I definitely got that gigabit.
Mm-hmm. All right, how's it now?
But no, we can keep it moving.
Yeah, we can see you. Yeah.
Okay,
okay, cool. So after that, I think we're into the anime segment, and we wanted to talk about the Strongest Kage. Like what I was trying to pull up the image in the background, and I feel like that's what started tripping out with the internet.
Okay.
The matchups are so, folks, or not the matchups, but what the full list for the group was, and then we can all go out with our top three.
I think, okay, so did we agree that we would do like barring the first Hokage and Naruto, which no matter who you are, those are likely going to be your 1 and 2 in some type of fashion.
Right.
And then from there, give the top 3.
I think so.
Yeah, from the
So-
6, who was your top 3? I guess. Or
So here is the full list. And we're taking off Naruto and Hashirama, but Naruto, Hashirama, Minato, Gengetsu, which I think he was from the Mist Village, maybe the second or third
Yeah.
Yeah, second miss Mizukage.
Oh, okay. There we go. And then A, the third, Gaara, and Mu, who was the Stone Village
Particle
Kage?
style. Tsuchikage.
Are we
Yeah.
putting this nigga over Grandpa?
Yo, they definitely
I
have
thought
this
so.
nigga on every top list. I kid you
Yeah.
not.
I thought he was over Grandpa in terms of.
That's wild. I guess so. I mean, it is what it is, but that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So from this list, minusing Hashirama and Naruto, who's everyone's top 3? In my mind, I think I go A.
Mm-hmm.
Minato's in there. And then I would have to say this guy because I don't see how niggas is really beating this nigga's Genjutsu. He had to pretty much give away to Carfax, if I remember correctly, in order for niggas to actually beat his illusions, right?
No, he was even telling these niggas how to do it, and they was still struggling.
Right. So
I, mean,
I feel like even if he gave you the
though, I mean,
I think he had a Kage in there. Wasn't Gaara involved in that fight? Or no?
I mean, at least not from the start. Like, it started off as a joke, like, wow, y'all really trash. I'm telling y'all how to beat me, but y'all still can't do it. And that was like, the basic mother effers. And then, like, after he was just like, wow, y'all still low-key dying for me and I'm not even trying. Then I think, like, Gaara showed up. And I don't think Gaara finished it. I think Naruto did. I can't remember.
I can't remember how
he
got beat.
Because in my mind, why they're up there, Toby Rama, while I cannot sleep on the fact of the amount of jutsu this nigga created, I feel like his respect comes from, for me, the fact that he just created those jutsus, and that's about it. Like, he was a book smart nigga. Like, but combat wise, I haven't gotten much from there. Gaara to me just too young.
I thought he also got the respect because of the system that he created within the village.
And his jutsus, both of them.
But we're talking strongest Kage, right? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if we were talking best Kage, then I think Toby Rama has a way better argument as far as leadership goes. Because then we start incorporating things outside of like what you can do with your hands. Right. How did you actually rule when you were like, what was your impact? Right. That case, Toby Rama got some clout there. But if we're just talking pure strength, I feel like it's hard for me to see him beating a lot of the people on this list.
I think I got my top 3 if nobody ready.
Go ahead.
Well, third place is gonna go to Gaara. Second place is gonna go to the third Raikage, and then first place is gonna go to Minato Namikaze. And so this is why I say that. One, let's not forget that we saw that Genjutsu nigga and this Mu nigga when they were in beefed up immortal endless chakra bodies, and Gaara was really banging with these niggas. And one thing with Gaara, I think the only nigga that got more chakra than Gaara, and not even actually, I think Gaara got more chakra than Naruto if you don't count Kyuubi. Like, my nigga really built like that. He really out here fighting all day long. He had enough chakra to make a shield that was big enough to protect a whole village. Like, this nigga Gaara, and then once he got that gold sand, and like, cause speed was his only issue, was like, yo, this nigga Gaara is a problem if he catch you, but you can outspeed him. Then he got that gold sand, and it's like, well, you not outspeeding him no more. Gaara really got he is solid in every category: speed, defense, he can seal niggas. His chakra one of the highest in the entire show. Like, he can just fly, stay up away from you, create a desert, and then have that desert kick your ass all day while doing this. Arms folded, no hand signs. You feel me? Like, my nigga really built that way. The third Raikage, I put that nigga up there because, again, all these niggas, I gotta lower what they did because they was in undead bodies. But the third Raikage, they was like, nah, he was built like that without that motherfucker.
That's him, bro.
So I'm like, yeah, he'd do that. And then the reason I put Minato up here is because, again, I consider Minato the strongest non-god tier nigga. So if you're not a god like Naruto or Hashirama, I don't think you beating this nigga Minato. Let's say if he go against Genjutsu nigga, Minato can literally teleport that nigga Clam and all his mist to the other side of the planet, kill him in 10 seconds. Minato, even while all these cold niggas was around, they was like, do not pull up on this nigga. Don't fight this nigga. He will teleport you out of here. He will kill you, bro. Like, don't pull up on my mans. He built that way. And I feel like space-time ninjutsu is fucking busted because everything all these other niggas have to do requires space to do it, and Minato is the master of that. Third Raikage is not gonna hit him because he has, no matter how fast he is, he has to move through space, teleport it. Genjutsu nigga, if his Genjutsu was just like Sharingan, I got you, it's based on that miss, teleport it. Laser nigga, okay, you about to hit me, that shit directional, I'm behind you, shanked, teleport it. Like, he really they was like, bro, we can't progress in this war, they holding us down. They sent one nigga, the Minato Namikaze, and he bodied 1,000 sand ninjas, stone ninjas that nobody else could beat. Bodied them niggas 1v1,000. Then was cold niggas out there.
A had the same type of feat, bro.
Yeah, he did. But the difference is, again, A has to pass through space in order to hit that nigga. Teleport it.
Okay, so I'm with you with A and Minato.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like Gengetsu would be able to beat Gaara. So I think I would swap him with Gaara.
Why do you believe it?
I don't know. It's just a random belief. I don't have any hard facts to back this. Just like how niggas believe, just, you know, somebody can be stronger than another. I don't know. I just feel like this nigga got something in the pocket. If he was really trying, that would allow him to be able to take that nigga Gaara out.
And my thing is the only reason why, like you made good points with Gaara. So I like you convinced me a little bit that like why Gaara's up there, because I really had an issue with this nigga being on this list. But you gave me good points. So my only question is, because his sand is sort of autonomous, technically that to me is the only way I can see it. I couldn't put it into words, but that is how I would see the counter, which would then make me kick that guy off the list and put Gaara on there instead. That's the only thing. It's just that because it doesn't matter whether Gaara needs to see it or not, his saying to just be like, yo, well, you're there, so we just gonna get you, nigga. Like, I know where you are.
I forgot about
so
that.
much of it.
I forgot about that as a point.
Yeah.
So,
that would be my only thing. Yeah, so in that case, I would take him off, and then I think that means that my list is player 5's list, like where Minato's there. The only reason why A is not on there, not at the top for me, is because Naruto beat him with such a
I agree.
That is
if Naruto didn't literally use Minato's skill to beat that nigga, I'd have been like A is number one. But Naruto basically was just like, I'm gonna copy this nigga to whoop you.
So what he did was he hit that nigga with a rising gun in his elbow to make him stab himself, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He teleported to do that. He wasn't fast enough to physically move. He flying Raijin and Rasengan that nigga. Both are Minato's moves, and I would argue Minato does it better.
Right.
I'm just thinking,
and that was my issue.
My thinking was this though. I could technically see A stalling that nigga out until his chakra ran out.
The only reason I wouldn't accept that, which I would agree, but the only reason I wouldn't accept that is because if we think about Itachi as like the one of the slickest niggas out there as far as strats go, the only nigga who has ever been put respect for being smarter than Itachi is Minato. Like, we have to respect that this nigga might just be the smartest ninja in the series. And if Naruto can outstrat this nigga,
and Naruto is the dumbest nigga.
I have to give that Minato with flex.
You're not wrong.
And that was my issue with the A thing. If it wasn't Naruto, like the bar, he lowered the bar for beating this nigga when Naruto beat him. And it's like Naruto has battle strats. Don't get me wrong; he's not totally dumb, but like that strat wasn't like it didn't show any ingenuity. It showed more like, well, nothing could beat you, but you got this scar. Like, it was like the author dog walked him to beating him, and I was just like,
Look, for mine, I'm pretty much going to piggyback off P5 a bit, but the biggest switch is Mew, because personally, I just find that if you have a jutsu that's pretty much you can't defend against, then you more or less need a one-hit kill shot. That fact, along with don't forget Buddy can fly, I think that's actually a really strong counter to Gaara just naturally because he has to control the sand to do so. As far as to him trying to catch Deidara when he went up against him, that was one of like the biggest challenges for him in the first place also. And then you have like all the abilities of likely the Tsuchikage under him. Particle Jutsu should not be slept on. No matter how strong of like a defense you have, at least like just using Gaara again with sand. I mean, you could have the sand get in front of Particle, don't matter. It's just gonna straight up rock you anyway. So I mean, at least as far as like to that matchup, that would be the only reason why I think Mew could take Gaara. So as far as order those, like everything, like as far as like everyone else said for Minato and A, I would say Minato being my first and A being second for those exact reasons.
No, you convinced me, bro. I'm switching.
Can I make one rebut to this argument? And so like I agree with what Jugga said. And it's like Particle Jutsu is OP, but this is the one thing that makes me think Gaara would win. Is because what we saw is that and the old homie said it, Particle Jutsu is extremely taxing on the chakra reserves. Right. And so this nigga was able to ball out and go stupid because he was undying. We saw old man was like, nigga, I did that shit twice, nigga. That's it. You feel me? He did too, and that was it. So I'm like, let's say if my man can do 3. Do we think Gaara is good enough to survive 3 uses of the particle jutsu? And if he can, it's GG. My nigga Gaara can fight. I guarantee he can fight for a week straight.
I don't disagree with you on Gaara's stamina, but we do also have to take into account that these are all Kage level ninja. So, like, I would get that if all this nigga had was that one-hit move, but I gotta believe that because he's a Kage, he got way more in his back pocket to allow him to go long enough. Like, he's not gonna pop up there and be like, "Oh, particle jutsu." Okay, that didn't work. Particle jutsu, like, oh, that didn't work. Particle jutsu, oh, I lost. Like, I definitely feel like there's got to be some battle strats in there.
Shit.
And he was around at a time when niggas was really killing niggas. So yeah, I gotta flip that. Like, they close.
Another thing that I want to say, actually, to put salt on Gaara's game, and this is usually my argument whenever I want to say Gaara ain't shit. Gaara is the only nigga on this list that got his job because it was his birthright. That nigga he was not the strongest ninja. That nigga was born for that position.
Argue it though.
So my argument is always that we don't know if Gaara the strongest nigga in his village. We know the rest of these niggas was. Gaara got that shit.
There's a loose sand nigga out there that's golden.
What'd you say, Greg?
Wasn't Gaara the main nigga that was keeping enemies away from the whole village though?
I mean,
that's scale though.
Yeah, that could be scale. That's his Jinchuriki. But what we know for a fact is that nigga did not get awarded that because he was the most powerful. Ain't nobody ever called him the most powerful in his village. He got that because he his daddy's son. That's it.
I hear you. And the thing with my biggest gripe with Gaara is what like can also make him a good Kage is that his jutsu is scalable. Like, his jutsu is one of the most scalable ones in the series. So, like, he's a great one-man army. Like, in general. Like, most fodder niggas not going to be able to get around the sand. Nigga, like, literally my entire village is my weapon. Like, right. I've access to all of this fucking sand. I can bury all of you guys in a second. But, like, that be my thing about Gaara. It's like, when you take that, it's how I feel about Naruto and the Kyuubi. Like, when you take that sand away, it's very hard to do. When you take that sand away, what we got? What do we have?
This is why I got to call cap on that one part. Because my nigga Gaara, remember when they called my man's without a desert? My man said, hold on, I got jutsu for that. And made a desert right there. That nigga is never lacking without the sand because he going to bring the sand. Fuck you.
Well, they actually brought that up in the
but the thing about that is because of the earth. You just dry all of the earth out of the moisture out of the earth, and boom, that shit can turn into sand.
Yeah.
But my nigga, if you were in like some type of metal chamber and you're fighting against somebody with no sand,
Bro,
you ain't
first of all,
gonna turn that shit to sand.
If I'm Gara and somebody like, hey, yo, check it out in this metal chamber. No, boy.
Hey, Ghost. Hey, do not sleep. That nigga will find a way too. Probably he turned that shit into some iron sand, bro. He
God,
that motherfucker.
Get hit with that talk shit.
Sharp bending that bitch, and that shit just.
Now he got.
But that's my thing.
Now
no, I get you. It is hard to take the sand away from him, but my thing is like, and that's the hardest part. We haven't really seen a way to do it. That's why Genjutsu was the thing for me. It's like, what way can you make he just doesn't have access to it, and you're fighting just him?
Actually,
like it'll always be around, but go ahead.
Another point I want to point out with the gold sand, that implies that he has his grandfather's Kekkei Genkai, which is the ability to use like magnetic chakra and control iron sand. So, hey, putting that nigga in the metal box might actually just get you worked as well.
Yeah.
Throw that out.
I feel like that's a low-key stretch. I don't know about that.
What's the gold sand then?
But no, I mean, what I'm saying is that you could argue that homie was using his sand to utilize the control, the golden sand. You know what I mean? It's not like he's exactly using the gold sand potentially, but he's using his sand to control the sand. So I mean,
so you're saying like his sand was like grabbing on the gold sand,
right? Like in whatever physics you want to use. I mean, like you're more of a pro with that, so I'll give you that.
Those are one of those situations we just may never know because he didn't clarify.
No.
So whichever way a nigga want to roll on that one. Nah.
My thing is just the world is this nigga's weapon. Is basically what I learned from this conversation.
That's true.
And the only way I can see you really bodying Gara is you have, like you said, what Mew has, which is a OPS move that makes your sand not a factor,
right,
or you take him away from the sand. And I feel like if you get Gara away from that sand, which is extremely hard, I'm acknowledging it is extremely hard to do. You probably couldn't even put him in the air and get him fully away from access to sand in some way. The nigga will probably be like, yo, dust particles, that's sand too, nigga. Like he'll find a way. But if you could, I don't have a lot of faith in that nigga outside of that.
What about water?
I think this nigga dropped down the tuning level without that sand. Like he getting mixed instantly.
Hold on. So question: if you got a water jutsu, well, you can just bring a whole ass ocean to the battlefield.
I mean,
would that take him out?
Scale
no, people can do that, right? The issue is like summoning water and summoning sand. It's the same thing. A nigga could summon the ocean. Gara built like that with the chakra, where after he summoned an ocean of sand, he still got more to fight you. If another nigga summoned the ocean of water to stop him, that nigga done. Like that's all the chakra he got. So that's why I'm like, niggas could do that, but Gara just got all the tools he need to do exactly what the fuck he do.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you got this fucking master waterbender or whatever, and this type of ninja per se, and this nigga is able to take all of the water particles out of the air and create a whole ocean around you, would that be enough to take him out with just that type of jutsu?
I don't think so.
Would water beat sand in a sense?
I guess the argument is could Kisame, who basically did that exact jutsu you're talking about, remember where he summoned the ocean, a bubble ocean around that nigga?
Yeah, but that shit was kind of small though, bro.
That shit was kind of big, bro.
It's reasonable if you think about it.
The ocean?
It wasn't an ocean, but it was bigger than the Olympic swimming pool.
You talking about when he was fighting Guy, right?
I mean, you can say like a reasonable pond, you know.
Yeah, he summoned a solid lake on my
man. But that shit compared to what Gara has though, like you talking about if you brought that shit to Gara's village, that sand is still swallowing his ass. That's why I don't find that as something that has a lot of scale to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that shit niggas just not built like Gara. But I guess if you had a Gara built nigga with water, shit, he'd be a fucking problem. He might beat that nigga. Somebody need to kill that man before he go crazy. That's what I'll say.
I mean, that's around Kisame, and if you want to put Cloud just to put on Cloud, I think Toby Rama was like a hardcore water user too. I mean, they might be like two of the strongest water users we've been introduced to in the first place. Around. So if Second Okage ain't touching Gara, then shit.
To me, even though it's this nigga's birthright, who's stopping him? I still ain't seen that. I haven't seen a single nigga who could step up and really go, hey, bro. But the thing that puts the most disrespect on his name is just how his daddy got washed. That's it. We still don't know the answer to that question to this day, and I'm still trying to find out. Yo, can you? I guess, yeah. And that's the thing is like you can't assassinate Gaara at this point. That is the other thing that like
That's true.
the Kishimoto really gave him like the absolute defense. Like his sand is autonomous. You try to snipe that nigga, a sand thing just gonna go up, catch that bullet, and then just go back down. This nigga gonna look at you like, hold on.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, time to kill this dude. Like, what the hell? Bro. All right, well, that is one thing. I will say this. You have made me put a whole different level of respect on Gaara that I did not have on him before.
Yeah,
he does deserve to be on the list.
I didn't even want that nigga in a competition at first.
I
didn't. I
didn't. No, I agree with you. I did not want him, but I see it now. I can acknowledge my fault. That nigga's up there.
About that list, the one nigga that I think needs to be off and replaced with somebody else is Genjutsu Buddy. I think Genjutsu Buddy's strong compared to regular niggas, but it's some Kages out there that should really body that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Who would
like,
you put over him?
Yeah,
we can put motherfucking A over that nigga.
You're talking about right Kage. Current right Kage.
Corporate right Kage A over that nigga.
Really?
Motherfucking third Hokage over that nigga.
I can see an argument for third for 100%.
Who else? Yeah. None of them bum ass sand niggas.
I think the reason why third wasn't on there is because it would just been too much on the league.
Yeah,
bro. Like it was too much gas.
Even old head Tsuchikage. I fuck with that nigga. I thought he was kind of cold.
As far as regular niggas that deserve respect, I don't think the third gets enough in my mind. Like as far as what he's able to do as someone that we don't know has any significant Kenki Genkai, he's just a nigga that grinded it out from the top. I feel like he up there with Minato, not at Minato's level, but as in like, come on, bro, you gotta put some respect on this nigga name. He put in work and then did it again. I ain't seen nobody do it again to this day.
My man came back. That nigga said third term. You built different, bro.
All right. So where are we at with time? So do you guys want to do Worst Dad or do funny anime moments?
I would rather move forward.
Yeah, let's keep it moving.
Okay, pass both of them. Go to the manga is what we're saying.
Sure. I probably got head out soon. So.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, let's jump to the manga. So on to Black Clover. So some shit happened there. I mean, a lot of shit happened. We're back finally after this long hiatus. And shit is getting real. That's all I'll say. Like, whatever we want to call this new Julius is here, and he putting in work.
Lucius.
Yeah.
All right, Lucius.
Put some respect on his name, man.
No, I'm calling Julius. But I will say I really appreciate. I forget the Black Clover author's name, but I appreciate the full circle tie. Yeah, I appreciate the full circle tie of the Dark Triad. The body, blood, soul, bone, like it worked. And then it was like, you know, technically, if you look at it from the other side of it, you're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. If you're going to make a full body, you do need soul to a degree. And then also, like, I don't know how you guys are taking it, but I'm like, so at this point, the time magic is considered the devil's magic, or is it considered Julius?
That's the devil's magic.
Yeah.
Right. So this nigga Julius been using devil's magic.
Devil's magic
from jump.
And ain't nobody peeped that. That's the craziest thing. Hey, but you know, so I got something to say real quick. I got something to say because you know niggas be quick to be like, "Oh, Player 5 Movie of the Year." You feel me? Back on my name, bro. Mother, 3 years ago, when this nigga Julius got worked by that nigga Patrick, I look loose. That nigga evil. That's cap, bro. That nigga was like, loose. I just want to see what happened, and guess what happened? That nigga really was like, shit. Fuck, I just want to see what happened. I knew it, bro. You can't be that strong and get folded by a bum ass nigga like that.
Real talk.
Yeah.
I'll give you big ups for that P5. You're not wrong.
BJ, so I can't be Goofy of the year this year, right?
I didn't say that.
No, we can't say that. You only got one pass, bro.
You
got a pass.
A pass. I'm gonna say some Goofy shit. For the end of the year, that go my pass, bro.
All right.
But I do want to talk real quick about like the Paladin/Angel thing, where like he Julius, or let's call him Lucius Zagratis, turned into like full demon power. Apparently, this nigga absorbed like all these
hella demons, bro. He was in there grinding. Like, yo.
Literally grinding demon XP. Then use his soul magic to like purify into an angel, which I find cool because then like under the idea that demons are just like angels that got
both sides of the same coin type
exactly.
thing. Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. And then I just want to say this, bro, like he not really tweaking. Like, okay, so like he's going about it wrong by forcing it on people.
Yeah.
His idea is like, yo, bro, I can make you immortal. I can make you immortal, and he's not
give you dope ass powers, bro.
Yeah, and he's not lying. There's no fictitious, like he can do that.
But why can't he do it to Asta? That's the thing that bothers me is I get that anti-magic is a thing, but I'm like low key. I mean, Asta's literally the only nigga in the world, I'm guessing, that they're trying to say at this point that doesn't have magic. We're not answering that question. All Lucius is saying is like you're an anomaly. So I'm like, are you trying to tell us that you can't do this to him? Because you could just be like, yo, bro, Paddleton, here's magic now. You got it. And then you also have anti-magic.
I feel like that'd kill that nigga. Like,
really? Giving him magic?
Because all his anti-magic shit literally saps magic. Like,
but it's not coming from him, it's coming from the demon in my mind. So just
like that's
demon leave. Bye.
There was a lot of questions that I got as far as first off, just a note. I kind of like how they brought Sister in just to be like, you know what? F it. Last arc, she an OG good guy. Let's just make her a bad guy for a hot second. I was like,
shit was funny to me.
Yeah, that was like mad dirty.
Sister Lily ain't loyal.
I was like Lucius cold blooded for that. No. He just asked to date her. She said no, and then Lucius said, "Hey, let me add some salt to that." We're gonna have her kill you.
That's all I gotta say, bro. She an ain't shit ass nigga. And this is why she ain't shit. She kept luring my nigga Asta. Yeah, you become Wizard King. I throw you a little coochie. You feel me? No. My nigga whole purpose for becoming Wizard King. He was saying all that, the equality. That nigga was trying to get Lily cheeks, nigga. That was his whole reason. My man get up there. He like, yo, Sister Lily. Remember what I said I was gonna do? Then she gonna hit my nigga with the nose line. Man, get your bum ass out of here. Get out of here, bro. And then she betrayed my nigga. Man.
Betrayed.
That's you can't even call that on the second part, bro. That was out of control.
You know who wouldn't have got control? Mimosa. Fuck you, man. Mimosa would not have done that.
Okay, we about to see it.
The setup is coming where more people about to get brainwashed. Yeah, he's gonna.
Not Mimosa.
Fight. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is this, right? It's a quick tangent, bro. Fuego Leon and Nozel, this is your last chance. This is your last chance. I'm putting it on the table now. This is your last chance. After this arc, you are forever stomped as a waste of time.
Go home, bro. Please.
Your last chance.
No. Fuegoleon got a chance because we can always, we could die right now, and Fuegoleon will always have that potential.
We didn't know.
What could have happened? He could have spirit dove. We will never know. Fuegoleon, stop while you're ahead. Nozel, your career is done, bro. Done. Yeah, he can't come back. He's done. He's a walk. If I hang it up while niggas still think, what if he did spirit dive?
I'm not gonna lie. So, I mean, if you check out the dialogue really there, they literally said that, hey, yo, for Wizard King, Nozel, Fuegoleon, Merleona, right? We already knew about Merleona. And they went on to say that me, Fuegoleon, was like, hey, yo, me and Nozel's like, bro, we still weak, we still bums, we still get that power up. Merleona just don't want it. If you think about it, that's really what they said. So it's just like, yo, Merleona, the realest one and the strongest, literally Wizard King / captain, probably in the series. Anyone who disrespects her name, I ain't talking to you no more. Just want to say that for
I need to see one scene from Black Clover, and I'll be done. It'll be the GOAT. Somebody need to put their arm on Fuegoleon's shoulder and be like, hey, you gotta get that spirit to your sister.
Pass it on, bro. Let it go.
You gotta let that go. Get that to Merleona, bro. You're done.
You gotta let it go. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I had to get that out. That's them two last chances. I really appreciated how this last arc kicked off. I thought it started off really strong. I appreciate the little maturity. I like how the Shonen series are realizing that it's not 7-year-olds reading it anymore, because I did appreciate that Asta actually tried to do some relationship building. Like him coming back to that with Sister Lily, even though it played out how it played out, to me was like, oh wow, that shows a lot of fucking maturity when you guys were actually making fun of this before that last demon arc even happened. Like, remember Asta and Yama were cracking jokes about like, oh, that's what that means when niggas fuck with you for real? So like, I appreciated the maturity. I like where it's going. I'm disappointed because I feel like he's still seasoning the world building, and I know we're at the end. So I'm just like, oh, you just added paladins and angels. We still barely know about the dwarves.
We ain't gonna be able to face.
Right, like, so we're just gonna end there. But I do appreciate the fact that we know that for sure we about to just see all types of crazy demon powers, because this nigga was saying he was collecting a lot of shit. So whoever he turned, like the shit they about to pull out their head, we be like, oh, that's what was in the demon world,
bro. One thing I want to say about Black Clover as it ends, I got respect on it being just a pure battle manga and like unapologetically so. And then there are some people that are like, oh, they hate Black Clover. That's one of the reasons I love it. Some shows try and like rope you in with the bullshit. Bro, they hit that time skip. I've never seen this in anime. They hit that time skip, and for half a chapter, they was like, yeah, time skip shit, instantly into the hands. It was like, yo, ain't none of that talking, bro. You came to this manga to see niggas scrap. We're in it. There wasn't none of that bullshit. It was like time skip, boom, they fight. Main nigga pulled out, instantly went maximum mode, and they just started fighting. Fuck the bullshit. We in it.
And they took Asta out, which I think is key. The fact that we saw his power up and they took him out of this, which means they really trying to highlight the rest of these side characters. Everybody gonna get their little shit off, and then if Asta ends it, he ends it. But I like how they use him, like truly as they use all main characters as a plot device, but it's not so much where it's like really interrupting everything. They literally just like, you the only anti-magic nigga that can finish it. You can't do all this work. We'll help you do the work, but you just gotta lay the slash. You kill steal. That's all you do every arc. Yo, I can't finish this. Asta, that's you. All right, kill steal. We done. Next, let's move on.
Right? Asta built different.
I'm telling you. All right. Anything else on Black Clover? And we can run My Hero, and then you can drop your Goofy and stuff. You got to go, and then we can do One Piece after.
Yeah, we good.
All right. So My Hero. I mean, shit getting real. I have very mixed feelings about the Bakugo situation. I think that's where I want to start. He's not gone.
Oh, you didn't?
Did you not read the recent chapter?
The most recent one,
I didn't see it. I didn't read it yet.
The most recent one, it has shit to do.
No, wait. It ended with him, like not even the most recent one. The one before it had getting healed up, right? Hold on.
No, hell no, I didn't.
No,
it had
no.
that nigga
This recent.
Dead.
It was from today. It was from today. My bad.
Yeah.
Damn.
So my bad. Big spoilers. Sorry.
But like, bro, where they bring this nigga back at?
You better go to the last page, my guy.
That is petty.
Go to that last page.
I don't even want to read this shit now, bro. I'm mad.
Bro, so I didn't even peep that I thought he was about to do a super attack or something. No. I didn't peep that he was like, yo, no, this is about Bakugo.
Yeah, no, it's about like, that boy.
Spill. Next.
Yeah. I will be the boy's heart. I'm done.
Yeah, that would have to me, Bakugo's death would have made it for me. That would have brought me fully back in, and it did for a few chapters. This, I won't say it's to the level of the guy disrespect. The my guy disrespect was something else to me in Naruto. I can't say it's this level, but it does. Yeah, it does stop it a bit for me.
At least my nigga is using his fucking power. My nigga Naruto came back and was like,
yeah, he can't Jesus that nigga. That was the problem. That was the problem. Like the egg shot thing, I get it, and they were seasoning it in the chapter because he was talking about, the past given to the young. So I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. But it would have, to me, made more impact for the story if that happened, because then we really have to see Deku fight with a totally different side of Deku. Like, we saw Dark Deku, but to me, finally losing someone, especially somebody like Bakugo, his idol, like, walking into that scene, I really wanted to see what that reaction was going to be like. And I feel like they kind of robbed me of that part. That's where the mixed feelings come. Am I like really mad about it? Do I think it totally ruined the series? No, I think a whole lot of other shit ruined it. Once again, talking about the government, like what? Like I'm like, bro, y'all fold so easy. Like when he was talking about the U.S. and this nigga, like, yeah, you know, all the other countries are already trying to season in, you know, they shit with Tomura. I'm like, I appreciate the realism of it, but at the same, I'm like, bro, Knicks, y'all got nukes, y'all got all types of, like, nobody's trying anything. Just, yo, we just gonna hand over, and America's the one that's like, no, let's think about it.
See, bro,
I found it odd.
That's that Japanese propaganda, bro.
Right.
Like American ain't never stepped that off in their fucking life, bro.
You're not wrong.
I'm like, no, bro.
I mean, to their defense, though, the only thing I'll say is that I think they were trying to talk about All Might there, because you know All Might and the connection with America in general. So it's like they're mentioning America just because of the Stars and Stripes, also part of America, and it's just like obviously they're not going to fold because of the All Might influences there connecting to it also.
You know, like the superhero trope originates from America. You feel me? Like. If we were brought up an American samurai show, right, you know the coldest nigga would be a samurai from Japan. Right. Like, oh, he the coldest nigga. He really built with the shit. They did us dirty, bro. They did us.
They tried it.
I peeped the propaganda Japan. You ain't slick.
Holistically, that whole thing to me, like whenever they bring the government, it just ruins the immersion for me, because I'm like, you're telling me this is bigger, and I'm like, bro, there's been huge problems in the world, right? Like, I mean, world wars fought, all types of stuff. You're telling me that they were just like, yep, this tiny island has this thing that was going on for years that we somehow didn't know was getting this bad. We now know it's gotten this bad, and all of us, and nobody tried to help at all. And now we're just like, yeah, we're just going to roll over and let Tomura take over the entire world. I just don't believe, like, I don't think all are evil, but I don't believe niggas are not greedy enough, not like thoughtful enough, not strategic enough to not put up some sort of countermeasure. Like, I can't believe it was just America.
3 heroes from like each of these countries, right, and then they even seasoned it like, oh, other heroes coming. Fake news.
That's true. Right. I almost forgot about that. That's true. Damn.
That shit was wild to me. Yeah, that one killed the immersion. I did appreciate the little back pocket airy drug shit. That was a nice little twist. And but once again, I gotta put some disrespect on what they doing, which is all for one was up here to me, and then suddenly they're like slowly trying to bring him down to here, but I'm not seeing how the heroes got up to a point to bring him down a level. Like, I don't see Endeavor's character. I don't know how Endeavor changed from when he got #1 until now, outside of emotionally. Power-wise, I don't think that he got any sort of power increase. So to me, for all for one to say like, oh, you knocked me down a peg, or I didn't even think I was going to get this far with you, I'm like, damn, I'm surprised you underestimated this nigga this much as somebody who is key. Like, your character is information. It's like, true, I know this shit. I've thought about this shit. I got the countermeasures. Like, he had it, but I'm just like, nothing showed me why they should have been able to do what they did to All for One, or even get this respect. That's how I feel about it. So,
man, I don't know. I'm kind of in that mode where it's like so much issues going on. It's pretty much like the climax / close to the conclusion. So they're just doing everything to be, you know, big action / like anime focus related, if you want to use that.
Right.
Like how Naruto ended.
Yeah,
that's the way to think about it.
And this nigga still flying there. I'm like, bro, hurry the fuck up. Like, at this point, I just need to see it, because it's like with everything that's going on and the major moments that's happened. I know we've gotten Dark Deku, but I'm not buying the.
I hope the anime gives us more of Dark Deku.
Yeah, he's saving the world. Like,
decent anime. I would hope.
This shit wild to me.
But let me get my MVP and Goofy real quick.
Yep.
Be on about my way. So real quick, my MVP, Lucius Zagratis. Again, right now, I think Black Clover is just kind of like my favorite manga to read. And when it was an anime, it was one of my favorites. They don't disrespect your time. It is exactly what it is. And the character, it feel like this is one of the few manga I feel like where a nigga wrote the whole story. Like they seasoned that this nigga was the bad guy from the beginning. If you go back and watch stuff, it become like kind of obvious too, but it wasn't so obvious to where it was like, you know, just everybody knew. And for those that don't know, Lucius the Gratis is Julius Novachrono, the Wizard King. And he has soul magic, which is why he has 2 souls in one body. And then my Goofy is reincarnation of a slime. Again, I don't think it's bad for all my slime fans. It is not bad. It's just not that great. Man.
Oh, you know, I can't give people Goofies for opinions. It's fine.
And even if it do turn out to be lit, and y'all try to give me Goofy of the Year for this, I got my pass.
Oh yeah, okay.
Good, bro. I could wow at least one.
Hey, all I'm saying is, if you haven't seen one cooking scene with Shion yet, I feel like you haven't watched the show yet. That's
okay. I can't remember, so I feel like I'm gonna keep watching until I see that, and then I'll come back for my second assessment.
all right.
Yeah.
But all right then, people. I'll see.
All
you.
right, man. See you later. Be fine.
Till next time.
All right. On to One Piece real quick. So, I mean, a lot of stuff has happened there. I didn't really waste my time like really reading the chapter before this one because it was really just the closeout of everything.
Mhm.
So I didn't feel much developments there. I think to me the biggest thing is like we can see we're setting the stage for something big with whatever's going on. What's going to happen next? We got the new bounties, which to me I'm like this is just part of the flow for me. So really, I think the only funny one to me is that they kept the joke running and like even though Sanji's bounties whatever it was, but they just switched it to Frankie now. So it's like Frankie's bounty picture is like the 1,000 Sunny. I thought that shit was a little funny. I appreciated the Oda keeping that joke.
I don't know if you peeped, but that was actually based on you know how I don't know if you know that Oda he does like different images of what each character would look like at the age of in 20 years or in 40 years or whatever. They show a good path and a bad path. So actually, in the bad path for Frankie, he actually turns into an evil battleship that just goes around destroying random ships.
Oh.
So it's actually a play.
What the fuck?
It's actually a play on his bad future because essentially the Sunny being him. In that case,
I didn't even get it was that deep. No, I appreciate that.
That's
That makes it funnier to me now.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So yeah, I like the bounties, but like I said, it's just the bounties are just more the motion now. I'm very, very interested, and I hope we're finally gonna spend time exploring the revolutionary fucking army, bro. It's been too long, and we've seasoned it too many times throughout this arc. I hope that we're finally going to take the time and explore it. And then if you guys want to sit on that, that's one. But the other question for the group is, how did y'all feel about Green Bull? Like finally seeing them?
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that.
What were the thoughts there?
Boo!
Thank you. All right, I'm just glad I'm not alone here, bro. Like,
I think I could give y'all that too. Compared to Fujitora, I felt like Green Bull was pretty lackluster.
The nigga has so much hype built on him.
Exactly. Even
just to be so
disappointing. Is actually pretty dope too. I mean, they always like as far as like anime goes, like whenever you're, like the Force. I mean, I guess something in First Kage, obviously, but like as far as to what his ability truly is, like he really is a nature Logia. I mean, when you think about it like that, like that's mad broken. Like holy shit. And like you even have abilities where you can literally pierce and start like sucking away like the actual life force too. Like what the fuck?
Right.
But it's like
kind of like Smoothie, I guess. Also,
I mean, kind of.
Oh, good point,
direct way and on like such a massive scale too. Like he literally wiped out Kaido's like main squad, easy peasy. Like I wasn't ready for that. For him to take out King and Queen at the same effing time, holy shit! I mean, I know they just got, but at that you still got to put that on his name. But the problem was just his personality completely. I was like, really, bro?
I hated his personality.
Come on, every single admiral we've been introduced to has like a
stoic, cool type of thing.
Right, like even like a Kainu who's like completely a dick, but he's like a dick in that like strict like lawful kind of like dick mode. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then like you have like Aokiji who's dope. You have Kizaru who's like the fun crazy mother effer. Fujitora who's like all about the laws, but low-key still understanding like how bad the laws are.
He's all about the truth, right and wrong. Yeah.
Right, and then you pretty much have this one who's almost like an Akainu dog. You know, he's not an Akainu, but he's just like a dog for Akainu. It's like for an admiral, that doesn't make sense.
And he's a goofy because he's just like he's overconfident in his ability. He's like, I can just run up just on like all these niggas who. Yes, he said he really thinks I can just run up on all these niggas who just took out 2 Yonko.
Yep, and
it's gonna be sweet.
And that's why it was so disrespectful too. Like, to add to what you're saying is like with Fujitora, right? It was like you always felt he could back it up in Dressrosa. He was like, yo, I'm finna go do this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was playing with the crew, but he could back it up. With him, they shitted on the fact that he showed up because it was like Shanks, one, scared him away, but was also watching. And also Luffy was like, they literally were like, oh, we can take this nigga out, but we just gonna let the weak niggas like get the chance to protect their country because they need to know that they can't always rely on us to do this shit. But they were like, yo, if this shit goes south, we gonna kill this. Like, everybody was ready to kill him. That's the part that was for me. I'm like, bro, you're not so oblivious. You didn't even see that these niggas was ready to like destroy you. And like Jugga was saying, no admiral
trash.
Right, no admiral has had that. Like, Fujitora shook Don Flamingo. Like, Fujitora's like, Nick, he flexed on that nigga, and Don Flamingo, oh no, you're right, you up there. All the other 3 admirals, same thing. Like, except Akainu, because the way Akainu was introduced was just in a lopsided situation. But in general, if Akainu was to pull up crew at the same time Aokiji or Kizaru did, he would have that same type of energy. Like, you're not just folding this nigga easy. But that dude literally, like, in one scene of also being introduced, it was grand opening, grand closing. He showed us he was the weakest admiral at that very moment, which to me is wild. I'm like, yo, bro, that sucks. You suck.
Yes,
it's truly ridiculous.
But on the other side of things, though, can we at least talk about how broken this nigga Shanks is? Oh, like, this nigga's Conqueror's hockey is on a whole, like,
you gotta be when you ain't got a fruit.
This is the strongest that we've seen from Conqueror's hockey from anybody else in the show. This nigga is off of the screen, as you can see how my damn arm is. That's how this nigga is. Because you got to realize he was miles away from where they were, and he sent shivers down an admiral's spine. Not some regular nigga that's like miles away. An admiral's spine stopped him, knocked him out of his whole transformation.
I don't know why Kid was playing. They were playing with Kid. They was playing with Kid. I don't know what Kid thought he was getting himself. Because even the way they was talking about him, they were like, oh, that cocky little brat Kid. Nah, nigga, they was going. If Kaido bowflexed you, Shanks was going to disintegrate you, bro. That's you.
I think that monkey took that nigga's arm off.
Why you playing? Had to be right. Me homie came back, bro. But no, like, I'm glad that it feels like everyone is now moving into a direction of the close, though. Like, it's like, okay, Wano got closed up, but it does feel like the world is finally making everybody's making their final move. Shanks is like, all right, bro, let's go get the One Piece. Like, buggy shit, which to me was hilarious and dope at the same time. Like, seeing Mihawk finally take the stage. I feel like the level of cockiness they gave him, which is like, he really should be an emperor, that was a question that's always been on my mind with him being a warlord, which is like, is he really at that power level? Because a lot of the people in his class, I do not feel like are on Mihawk's level. I feel like Mihawk was the strongest warlord from what we saw. Maybe there was an argument to be made about Kuma just because we didn't know about him. But in reality, I'm like, Mihawk's up there. So I feel like now with him making that comment about like, yeah, I don't really chase after that title, to me means like, nigga, I could get it, but I don't want to.
Well, so like, the only thing that makes him not a Yonko is that, one, he doesn't have a crew of strong niggas to back him up, and two, he doesn't have
now he does,
and he doesn't have territory. So that's the only thing that was stopping him from having a Yonko. He's basically Shanks without the crew and the territory.
That's fair.
That's a fair argument. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know.
I don't think he's.
We don't know what Conqueror's hockey is looking like.
No. I don't think. I would still say he's not like on Shanks level, but I basically like if Mihawk was a emperor, I would see him doing this, being just as challenging as Kaido or Big Mom. If not, there's probably an argument to be made that he's stronger than those two. But I just can't say he's stronger than Shanks with the level of hype they consistently put on this for nothing. And in addition to that, he has more than 3 niggas that we can argue are over the top strong. Like we got Ben Beckman, we've shown. We got the guy with the meat in his hand. We got what's his face? The dude Usopp's dad. Yeah, which we have to assume is up there. And then there was the whole lineup with Blackbeard's crew. Like we highlighted a couple of extra people in that lineup. So to me, as far as Yonko's crews go, you can argue we've seen some of that with Big Mom's crew, but not to that degree. It was like even her top 3, the difference between those was like crazy. We got Ben Beckman shaking a admiral, bro. Like, yo, hold up, nigga, chill. Like, I can't tell you that I feel like King would do the same thing. Now seeing where we're at with Dogtooth and now seeing where we're at with King, I don't feel like they could have that same level of stopping your tracks Kizaru if they were to do some shit like that. If we say that Ben Beckman is second in command, which I think we all think.
Oh yeah.
So
all day. And I was also gonna say about the nigga Mihawk. Crap. My man is drawing a blank.
No, sorry, that's all me. I'll drag the point out. How do we feel about so I think we all believe that the Sabo thing is a lie, right? Like that Vivi's dad isn't dead. There's some master plan.
Oh no, I think he's dead. I think he's dead. I just don't think that Sabo's the one that killed him.
Interesting. I feel like Oda wouldn't go that far with killing him. It just doesn't seem his style, like the One Piece style.
Because I think that she's going to become that Vivi is going to become the ruler of her country.
But I mean, she's missing though, right?
So what's that?
Oh, so you're saying she's missing because like a whole like assassination attempt or
whatever's going on?
Yeah, I think Sabo dipped off with her, and they actually killed her father while chasing them.
I see.
And blamed it on Sabo. They probably took like some random burnt up body or the nigga kind of has a very similar power to him. He could have killed that nigga, burnt them to a crisp, and said, "Yo, it was Sabo that did that. It wasn't me."
I just feel like when we talk about death. Oh, go ahead, Chuck. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that since we saw like Akainu's whole the conversation between the Navy about that, I feel like they would have at least like gave a hint, maybe if it really was like a Navy plot. I feel like it's like a subplot or something. I don't know.
Yeah. To me, I just haven't seen death in the main story of One Piece. Like I can't bring That's like true. It's always happened outside of the story. There's a bunch of people that have died. Yeah, I mean that was like major impactful, but like off-screen deaths, like I haven't seen it. That's why I find it hard to believe that he's actually dead and it's not some plot or ploy in the background. But like true, if they did do that I think that would just catch me off guard. But I wouldn't be like I can't say your theory's far-fetched. Just it feels like off cadence for the way I see Oda write the story.
I would say you're not wrong, but like the one defense maybe is that since we're heading to the end, around people got to get dropped. I mean, if anything, I feel like it would. I mean, it would be impactful if it's true, but maybe that's the point. So you never know. Because I think didn't Buddy say that at the end people are gonna die? I feel like that was like mentioned almost specifically, as far as like not to what people, but I thought he said like almost in an interview that like people are gonna start dropping off.
Oh, I don't recall, but I mean, if he said it, he said it. Shit.
I can't remember. The one thing I will say that a lot of people thought that Buddy was, and I was like, nah, it ain't happening. Yamato did not join the crew, and who's ever.
Hey, yo, they did troll us though. Yeah, Oda did troll though.
No reverse card on us.
But I was like, I just don't see. I don't know. I just personally just couldn't. It just didn't fit to me
because it didn't. Seem
she didn't have a job.
A goal. It didn't seem like she had a goal that matched the type of goal that everybody else had, like the extremely ambitious goal that they had. And it didn't seem like she had a role. She was just a random chick with a club.
Yeah, if they really wanted to mirror the Roger thing, I could see it. And to me personally, from a power standpoint, it was a fine addition. Like to me, the Vivi thing didn't make sense because I'm like, bro, you're wasting all of our time with any Vivi fight you put out there, bro. What is she gonna do? Like, what is she gonna do? Like you could, and even Carrot, there was an argument to be made, but to me now you're added to the weak trio. If you added Yamato, you're adding a legitimate power source to the crew. Like I could see her, they go on. I can see her having a solo fight, her displaying more things. She brings a new race aspect, which brings a different layer of power that we could explore, shit like that. So I can see her adding to the crew from that point. But like as Graham said, role-wise, there was just no like thing they needed her for. There wasn't like a missing job on the crew where you're like, oh, I can see why she fits here. Like Robin's there for the thing, like Sanji's there for cooking. Zoro's just there because he was a day like the day one niggas is there because of that. You know what I mean?
No,
but
I mean,
then
it's like,
as far
I
as
mean,
new
they've
crew
always-
members,
No, I mean you're right. I mean, like Oda's always tried to follow the kind of typical pirate ship jobs in that respect, and I think it's like everyone fits something. Like Zoro being the swordsman on the crew, that's like actually like a pirate role. You know.
Well, he's also the second in command. You have to have a second in command.
Oh, true.
That's fair.
True. And then literally everyone has a role. Like Nami's navigator, Chopper, doctor, Sanji cooking, Jinbei. I didn't know for a minute, but I guess he's the helmsman.
He's the helmsman. You saw that for the first time. We saw that nigga was riding a wave. He was surfing with the ship at Big Mom's in Big Mom's country.
That's true. Oh, shit. Right. But like even effing Brooke as the musician, or it's not called musician, but you know what I mean. Like everyone has like literally low key jobs.
I guess he's like the bard, maybe.
Oh, but
that's fair.
That's the word. That's the right word.
Yeah.
So it's like literally everyone has a job. And like even Usopp, what would Usopp be now? Like,
he's a sniper.
Like,
and he used to be the nigga that repaired the ship,
which I thought was hilarious. I I gotta talk about my favorite character, bro. That bounty to me was hilarious. That $500,000, this nigga was like, boy, it was like, yo, wait a minute. Right? I mean, I said $500,000. I mean $500 million. That boy had $500 million bounty out here. Like the thing is, you can loosely catch Usopp. Like after this is done, if the crew don't die, which I don't think is gonna happen, Usopp better find a very good place to hide. That's all I'm gonna say. If that bounty is still in existence and the world isn't changed, because a loose nigga could get Usopp on the low.
Hey, he can hide with Buggy, because that's another nigga with an extremely outrageous.
No, I think Buggy gonna just trip and fall and die, bro. That Buggy playing, bro. I'm sorry, bro. He playing. To me, I'm like, yo, if y'all gonna keep making this nigga comic relief, that's fine. I really did want to see a dark side to Buggy. I get it. We're never gonna get it. He's gonna be comic relief. But bro, the games Buggy is playing is getting to a point, bro. Like they're shit where still the regular niggas believe it, but I'm like, any is just like, yo, all right. He got that king, the food luck that we've always brought up. He just has these niggas that like, as soon as somebody think about killing them, these little invisible niggas come in their head and go, hey, you can use him. Like, it's just someone starts talking to him and they like, you know what? We could kill him at any time. And then by the time they get that chance to kill him, he's already found a new finesse to disappear into. But I'm like, bro, Buggy, you playing around with real niggas because it's getting to real nigga territory now. I mean, and if they show, and if he, right, and I'm like, if he pops up in One Piece territory, meaning like when they start going to find One Piece, everybody's going in, and then Buggy's there. Okay, now you're playing with niggas who like not joking with you anymore. Before it was a joke. Now you playing with, oh no, I'm really trying to get this One Piece.
I think he's gonna become the Pirate King. Like, I think somebody's gonna snap a picture of him, signal like the ultimate throne or whatever. Like everybody gonna be doing all this crazy fighting or whatever, super powerful moves or whatever. He's just gonna randomly land on the throne that's at the One Piece or whatever, knocked out. Somebody gonna snap a picture of him. That nigga, Big News Morgans, he gonna send a picture all everywhere. Pirate King, Buggy, Pirate King, Buggy. He gonna be like.
See, my only issue with Usopp, Buggy, is that even though he's like funny comedic relief, I don't feel like he's good. Like with Usopp, I'm like, oh, you're getting all this funny comedic relief and gaining more power and influence. But I'm like, Buggy, like, seriously is a bad dude. Like, I don't have actually a good person. So I'm like, with this clout, he's still actually affecting good people's lives. Like, he can go to countries, take them over, make them all slaves. And like nobody's saying anything about it until like he messed with somebody for real, right? Like Admiral or real whatever. That's the only time that problem's getting solved. Other than that, he's going around fucking shit up. They don't show it because it's One Piece, but I'm like, in reality, it's not that funny that this nigga has this much clout being a bad dude. And it sucks because he came from a good crew. Like, Roger's good. From what we know about Shanks, he's good in his own twisted sense, because I feel like they're leaning towards making this dude a villain now. But, you know what I mean? The rest of the people from his crew relatively lose. But Buggy was the only, like, oh, no, I'm a pirate, bro. I just don't have the power to be a good one. But I am a pirate.
Yep.
I mean,
he gonna go to the East Blue.
I mean, Crocodile's in the upper ranks, bro. Like, that squad ain't doing good-ish. Like, and Mihawk just not gonna care. So, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and then was I mistaken? But was Mr. 2 in one of those panels? I feel like he was there. I feel like Mr. 2. Right? I thought they broke him out. If I remember
him being broken out.
Wait, time out. Mr. 2 is Bone Clay, right? Or am I tripping?
The bald.
Oh, am I? Yeah, I'm with swords for whatever. If I got that wrong, then it's Mr. 1. Sorry.
That's one. Okay.
I think I saw him in the pen. I could be tripping. Let me go back to it real quick. I
wouldn't be surprised if he is.
I just tripping when I saw him because I could have sworn. Yeah, so right here on page 7 on the app I got, basically when they show Mr. 3's name, Galdino or whatever. When they show him, the panel under that with the there's a guy on the left corner. I could be tripping, but I thought that was Mr. 1. Might be a stretch, but I mean, he bald. He looked like at the end. The only thing he just got a suit on and not the typical outfit.
Wait, you talking about the Crocodile? I think I'm seeing what you're seeing.
Yeah, so right when they're introducing 3, they're giving him his name, Baroque Works agent. The panel right under that, there's a lion head guy eating some stuff, a panda guy eating some stuff. But off to the corner on the left side, I think that guy's number Mr. 1. I could be wrong though, because maybe I thought he would get a bigger entrance if he was back, but I thought that was him because he's giving off the vibes. It's just he has a suit on.
Right. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Hey, just something I noticed.
I don't mean that nigga gonna be raw though, but that could be.
Hey, good point. That's a fair point. But yeah, that's all I had. Do y'all have anything else from the past few chapters that y'all wanted to talk about?
I want to give it up for yet again. Please do not sleep on the series Magic and Muscles. They still putting out bangers of chapters, bro. I mean, like it's low key funny and like the action is still mad decent, low key. And with the announcement of like the anime coming out, it's gonna get hot. Like as long as the animation studio don't F it up, it is going to be hot. It should guarantee 2 seasons, in my opinion, just because of like the kind of flow the manga is dropping. But I've still been enjoying most every chapter. So
hey, if we're bringing up Blue Series, I gotta bring up Jujutsu Kaisen. That manga is every little fight that they go into, since the Okotsu stuff has been very intriguing to me. Hard to follow, but I've definitely been following along decently. I'm like what is going? Like even right now with the Maki and stuff, this chapter they just introduced this katana and sumo guy, and I'm like, it's so weird, but it's so interesting. I'm like, I don't know how they're doing it, but I'm like, yo, this guy is okay. Yeah, I'm reading. Like every fight has its own little unique take that keeps me interested in for some reason or another. So shout out to them.
True. So I mean, Maki just a real one, bro.
Oh, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Hey,
monster.
Shoot. If we're ready to go into MVPs and Goofies, I'm just go ahead and slap it on them. So
let's go ahead and do it.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna have to just give my MVP. I would just say like Jujutsu Kaisen, but really like this Maki fight has been really interesting to me. I won't say it's the most interesting because if I'm talking from the past 3 months, I feel like we haven't spent that much time talking about Okotsu. I think where we ended in podcast land was right around the end of the Okotsu fight. So I'm just gonna have to put respect on basically the senior class of Jujutsu Kaisen High, bro. These niggas are not niggas to mess with, bro. Gojo picked the right students on his side, but also we've gotten just a little bit of seasoning of like some of the other school people, and they put in work, bro. Like Blood Homie has put in some work. Maki put in work. and my guy Hikari, I mean, he's just luck central, but his
That's
fight
crazy.
was just funny and interesting, as well as whatever the fuck
It
is
was
going
so
on with
weird,
Panda.
dude.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
like
Panda was a little like weird, but like the Luck Buddy, I'm really curious to
Yeah.
see that animated because that should low key be kind of funny. Just be
Bro,
like,
it's
oh,
gonna
you
be
don't know if
hilarious.
this slice of life happens, you gonna get out. It's like what?
Yo,
Like, bro,
his
what?
power was wild to me. Yeah, so like it's just been keeping me intrigued, and it's like I still don't fully understand the calling game. I think I need to go back to the wiki and like read more. Now it's like had some time to mature, but the characters they have inserted into this game have been very interesting. Like
Wow.
I've enjoyed reading it, even though like I said I've had trouble following it, but I've enjoyed reading it. So I like that. As far as Goofies go, you guys will have to come back to me on that. I'm gonna have to think for that one, so you guys can go to yours.
All right. I'll go real quick for my MVP. I'm gonna give it to Crocodile from One Piece because I feel
Really?
like he's been making very big brain moves within the series recently. Because if you really think about it, the whole what is it called with him, Buggy and Mihawk? What is that organization
The
called?
Cross Guild.
Yeah, Cross Guild. That's low key all him. Like he's the original person that contacted Mihawk, and he's the person that wanted to go to run up on Buggy and everything. So all in all, he's the one that created all of this to create this system where the government is being hunted. So that niggas can get bounties for him or whatever. So I would say he's a low key huge mastermind, making big brain moves in the world.
Yeah, that
the
overhaul
government on
shit.
top of his own head, outside of the stuff that Sabo
Always
was
had
doing.
that
Of course.
gangster vibe to him. So
No, he trying to play that overhaul game, like put in the, you know what I'm saying,
Yes.
find out how to profit of the conflict. I think that's dope.
Exactly. So I gotta give him his props at the very least for that. And then on the other hand, my Goofy is gonna have to be the world government because they flopping. To be running the world for so many years, and you should have had so many things to back you up, and then trying to depend on the Shichibukai and all of this, which is supposed to be pirates. Like, nigga, if you were gonna flip that thing on top of his head, completely stop the Shichibukai system, and then end up getting your ass beat anyway, I feel like you flopped. You had a major flop on yourself. To have Mihawk out here whipping your ass, then Crocodile, y'all tried to run up on him, that failed. Now y'all niggas tried to run up on Boogie, that shit failed. Like what are your resources that y'all are throwing at all of these people? What is SSG supposed to be doing? So that's why I'm thinking, like, yeah, the world government, they fucked up. So now they're getting all of these revolts because of the Sabo situation, and they're getting hunted or whatever. I feel like they completely messed up from running the world to now you're on the run. They fucked up. So that's why they're my Goofies.
Yeah, that's logic. I mean, that's round. Even them getting got in their own crib. Well, not crib really, but as far as the actual revolutionaries effing them up.
I forgot
the Reverie.
Yes, the nigga Sabo and a few good men ran up on multiple admirals and came out unscathed.
Biggest event in the world government history.
My
the Reverie is huge.
Nigga,
the security got to be on point.
Go back to the latest chapter. You don't see a single scratch on the rest of these niggas in the revolution.
It's like some loose pirates going up to like a world nations meeting. Like world leaders from all over the world come together to this one location. Your security has to be tight.
Yes.
Bro, these loose niggas came. That's what I'm saying. Because there wasn't really that much of a plan. There wasn't really that much of a plan. They strong, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, it's like, bro, your security should be tight enough that they got into it first before they started wilding shit out. That's the problem. Like, I would see if they came to the front door, but these niggas were able to get inside of it. So they got around all your security that should be preventing that at the very least. They should have fought them at the door. Got in, and not only that, they got a nigga who we thought was unsavable. I forgot we didn't even talk about that. They got Kuma out.
Yes.
The nigga who we thought was unsavable. Right? I thought Kuma was done. Full robot. So either they're going to tell us that there was a man on the inside besides Vivian them, meaning like, because I saw someone threw out, because I threw out a Vagabond pick video from us from a while ago, and someone said that there's a theory they think he's a good guy. So unless they're going to reveal that he is actually on the other side of things, and like somebody was in there playing the game, bro, like you said, bro, that just adds to the goofy right there. Like, how the fuck did they do that? Not only they go in, they fucked the referee up, and they stole your most valuable nigga, bro.
And they scrapped with 2 admirals. If they would have never scrapped with 2 admirals throughout the whole thing, I wouldn't even be big mad at it. But the fact that you scrapped with these niggas with only 4 or 5 guys and came out completely unscathed,
they were chilling.
Stole somebody. What are you doing?
They were chilling.
Who are you hiring in your top ranks, bro, my nigga?
The scene where we showed them in this chapter, the scene where they showed them, they literally were just chilling. Like, it didn't seem like it was anything. They were just like, what's going on with this nigga Sabo? Like, that was it. That literally was the biggest concern for them. Everything else, they were like, yup, we did that. Yeah, Cool's right there. Go ahead and talk to him, Dragon.
Like I can see if somebody was like missing an arm or some shit.
Right.
These niggas just walked up and said, "Yeah, let me get this." All right, I'm out.
Yeah, no, bro. Hey, based on what you said, I'm just gonna ditto you with that, bro. Whatever I have isn't good enough to that one, bro. I ditto you on the world government disrespect. Them niggas is trash.
Right? Low key, we might want to say this because they might be the Goofies of the year.
Ooh,
I might put them. I might put a nomination for.
We can. Fine, bro. We always accept the nominations, bro. We already in the second half of the year. Always accept the nominations.
Oh shit. Well, I mean, to start off with, I guess my Goofy, I was gonna say pretty much Green Bull, but I mean that pretty much extends to the world government. But after being introduced to Buddy, he screamed Goofy. So he definitely on.
It's such a letdown, though. That's the thing. It's like almost a spit in the face because I was like, bro, y'all behind this nigga for a long time. And to like reveal him like this, I'm thinking he's finna be like, niggas was saying this nigga might be Zoro daddy, like, types of little theories behind how cold he was, and then the whole joke about I think he doesn't eat or whatever. So we really was thinking like, oh, this finna be somebody similar to Fujitora, just a hermit dope ass nigga that joined the world government because he think he doing good, and you got us whatever the fuck that was, Tree Man.
Literally Tree Man.
No, he literally turned into one of Big Mom's homies because on her island she had that big ass tree. I think they had a wife and all this other shit.
Yeah. The whole plan, like
Mr. Maybe that was him whole time, and we didn't even know. That's quite. At this point, anything's possible when it comes to this nigga, bro. They said they got him from anywhere. Just got up and walked over to the government and say, "Yo, sign me up."
They say, I bet. What position you want? Let me be an admiral. Let me see what your power look like. Turn into a tree. Right. That
fits the theme. We all do some wild shit.
Right.
And then my MVP is gonna be the buddy from Magic and Muscles, Finn.
Is that older brother?
Buddy. No,
is that older brother, younger brother?
The one who was healing. Like, are you calling?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the one who like helped them get in, like in the first.
Funny
place.
as hell. Yep. That scene was funny.
I gotta give big ups. Yeah, I gotta give some big ups. I was like, you know what, bro? For being as weak as you are, for the feats you just now accomplished, I can't even be mad at you, bro. You had literally carried the team on your back for a hot minute. So big ups.
I rock with Finn heavy. Yeah. And in Magic and Muscle, like you said, to add to your respect earlier, bro, that series, like, it is getting an anime, confirmed. Kaiju number 8 is getting an anime. When these things hit,
that's right.
I won't say they're going to be like Demon Slayer level, but I do think this drought of shonen series where, like, after the Demon Slayer Dr. Stone wave, there hasn't been anything that I feel caught that level again. These two, I think, might be the ones that get that hype back, especially in Chainsaw Man too. I don't know how people gonna feel about that though, because it is a little left in terms of series.
Yeah.
But when these waves of shows start dropping in the anime's perspective, the studios do the job they're supposed to do. I 100% believe Kaiju number 8 is gonna start another hype wave for sure. Magic and Muscles might be another one because it does catch a story. The problem, it just takes a little bit of time. So I don't know if it'll catch it right away. But like where we're at now, we're in the story, bro. Like niggas is really, there's a real plot. Niggas is really out here throwing hands for real. Like,
True.
I think we're gonna catch a wave.
And the comedy stays on point. Like again, like they still stay true to that and like actually balance it out at least reasonably well, in my opinion. So,
big facts. Yep. Yeah.
All
right. I think that is it for us. All right. I mean, it was another long podcast, but I don't think it was 3 hours.
It was what we
2
got?
hours, 38 minutes.
240.
Oh, okay. All right. So just shy of 3, but yeah, no. I appreciate you guys for rocking with us online. I appreciate you guys on the call for rocking for this time. But that is it. I think we catch y'all next month.
All right. Until next time, people.
Peace.
All right.